Good evening and welcome to week 6 of the Iowa high school football season as Burlington gets ready to take on Muscatine in their 3rd home game of the year. I'll be joined by this little guy, Ian Mason. He gets more compliments than I do. And John Flaherty, not in this shot, but he'll be on the radio and on YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's the Muskies and the Greyhounds coming up in moments right here on YouTube, KBUR, and KBUR.com.
Go Greyhounds. national anthem.
Okay.
Shake hands one more time. It's just another good team. Muscatine, why don't you step over there? Burlington, step over there. Muscatine has won the toss. Muscatine will receive. Now, we'll enjoy second half. Shake hands. Have a good game.
Now Burlington will kick off going from left to right on your radio dial, decked out in their home purple uniforms with white numbers shadowed in gray. Gray pants with the purple, white, purple striping down the side, a metallic silver helmet, gray face mask, the speed hound on either side, a center stripe down the middle that also goes purple, white, purple.
I'm joining in your college vignette here. It is Washington against Kansas State.
I would say that too, as Muscatine decked out in the road white uniforms with purple numbers and purple striping on their shoulders.
They have purple pants with a white stripe and muskies down each leg outlined in gold. They kind of have the new Florida State color of gold on their helmets with a similar spear as Florida State and purple face masks. And there are your uniforms. Next year, we got to get those babies sponsored by somebody.
I'm sure somebody wouldn't mind taking that over.
Colin Moser has the ball on the tee. He will remain your main kick-offer, if that's a word. Kicking specialist. He steps into it and boots it away, and we are ready to go. Ball taken at the 19, across the 20, 25, 30, near the 35. And that's going to be Drew Greenhaw, and a nice return from his own 19 to the 36, a return of 17 yards.
Brought down by Wegman and Hohenthaner there, giving us a spot here on the 36-yard lines for the Muskies.
And I will tell you, it is Pinktober, as they call it on uniwatch.com. Of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Burlington joining in the fray. A lot of guys trimmed with purple socks, purple gloves, purple wraps, whatever. Or, I'm sorry, pink wraps are those colors. So first down at 10 from the 36-yard line for the Muscatine Muskies. Here's a handoff right away to Soko. And Soko stood up and dropped by a host of purple jerseys. About the 43, called a gain of 2.
Led in there by David Gray and Malik McClellan on the tackle, Scott. And it's a good sign here. Got to keep the game slow and close for the Greyhounds as we open up tonight. Working on our technical difficulties ourselves.
Well, unfortunately, nobody can hear that except for us.
Oh, that's exciting.
Just like when your kids are bad at home, you're just glad they're not bad in public, right? Second and 8. Passing play, bubble screen, incomplete, almost picked off, I should say, by Mason Hartman. Pass was intended for Greenhaw from Wickers. Ball's incomplete, luckily for the Greyhounds, because he had some room to run with blockers in front of him. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Nice job knowing the difference between pass and screen. Mason Hartman did a nice job retracing his steps to almost get an interception for the Greyhounds.
So 3rd down, called a long 7. Muscatine has to get across the 46 for a first down. Wicker's going to roll right, design roll out. And he's got a man about midfield. Duncan Snyder on the catch. A gain up to the 49, a gain of 10, and a Muscatine first down, their first of the night.
Hohenthaner on the stop. Had to come from a safety position. Playing zone for the Greyhounds. Found an opening on that right side.
Officially a gain of 9. They spotted at the 48-yard line, still in Muscatine territory, just underway. Not even played a minute. Thanks so much for joining us on KBUR and KBUR.com.
Double stack formation for the Muskies.
Soko, the single setback behind Wickers. Wickers. Screen pass right side this time. He's got a man. Short gain, maybe near midfield. That's going to be Brandon Kovac on the catch. Gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Hohenthaner, Wegman, and Tellis making his way out there to get the stop.
And the Muskies go no huddle again, double stack, 1 on each side.
Soko, the pistol back.
Give to Soko right up the middle, following blockers in the Greyhound territory. 45, center steps at the 40, runs outside the numbers to the 35, where he's finally brought down by the Greyhounds, but not before he gets another Muscatine first down.
He shifts so well, doesn't he, Scott? He's able to move laterally. Tykel Gordon with the stop there, chasing him down from the back.
And Tykel, hopefully taking some notes defensively. We've talked sometimes about him being impatient. Soko very patient right there on that gain of 17. Now 2 wideouts to the left for Muscatine. Tailbacks on either side of Wickers. He gives it to Soko again, coming near side. That's actually not Soko. That's Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson with the carry around the left end. Gain up to the 31 of 3.
A little old-school crossbuck action out of the shotgun. Tyler Mosina and David Gray coming in to get the stop for the Greyhounds.
Up-tempo, fast-paced offense for Muscatine. 2 minutes in, and they've run probably, this is their 6th or 7th play.
Don't be surprised if you see some play action here soon.
Soko on the sweep around the right side, cuts it upfield at the hash, and he gets inside the 30 to about the 28.
Sherwood with a nice tackle coming through the open hole there, getting him before he got too deep into the 2nd level.
Hey, Ian, do you think you guys can play at this pace tomorrow night with your 3rd and 4th grade football team?
No.
2 wideouts left, 1 right. Soko behind Wickers.
Watch
3rd down and 3. Screen pass left side, complete, and a lot of running room inside the 20, 15, 10. Going to be brought down, I believe, short of the end zone. That's David Summers. And they're going to say he was brought down from behind, I believe, by Adam Wegman at the 1.
Yeah, Hartman and Sherwood chasing him down there. They ran a stun onto the near side of the field with Mosina, and they just timed that up really nice, and he was able to get down to the 1.
First and goal from the 1. Johnson and Soko behind Wickers, who's going to keep it himself and bowl his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Muscatine, and with 9:08 remaining first quarter, 6-0, the Muskies take the lead.
You know what, Scott? You're talking about an offensive line. 216, Logan Ryan, 245-pound Brennan Salermi, Jacob Musel, 6'3", 275-pound center, Mario Magrill, 5'10", 245-pound guard, and Clayton Goddard at 6'1", 240. It's just too big right now.
Logan Nugent in to try the extra point. Snap is good, spot is good, kick is blocked. Goes straight up in the air, so the Greyhounds keep the extra point off the board. We are 2 minutes and 52 seconds in. Muscatine 6, Burlington nothing on KBOR and KBOR.com.
Well, it's that time of year again when things are really hopping at Standard of Beaverdale and Beckman TV and Appliance. It seems like every time you head to Standard, there are people shopping, picking up their orders, buying new tools, and working with staff to design kitchens, decks, garages, even new homes. And that's a good thing. With fall and winter in sight, everyone needs to get their home improvement projects sealed up before the weather turns. It's the perfect time to add insulation or replace your weather stripping. Even though it's busy at Standard of Beaverdale, they will always do their very best to provide you with top-notch products and top-notch service, even helpful suggestions to make your project easier. You may have to wait for a couple of minutes, but Standard believes the service you'll get when it's your turn is well worth the wait. And now's the time to get new appliances for your kitchen and laundry room, or a bigger TV for your family room from Beckman TV and Appliance. There's even time to get that new kitchen for the holidays. Come see why this place is so popular. Standard of Beaverdale and Beckman TV and Appliance, just north of exit 258 out the Beaverdale Road.
Back here at Marilee Miller Senior Family Field. Steve Hexum obviously put NFL film music in the bumpers. That's awesome. Back underway. The Greyhounds will get the ball for the first time, trailing 6-0 from his own 8 is Cameron Crabtree across the 15, 20, 25 up the near hash, and he'll be brought down after a return of about 17 yards. The Greyhounds start off from their own 25. Nice
return by the Greyhounds, and really, Scott, to get that blocked extra point really could be a mood changer here for the Greyhounds as they get going. Really just 2 field goals gets you right there tied up. Get a good series here on offense, and, you know, you just never know what can happen.
Well, this Greyhound football team comes in having a little bit of trouble moving the football, 216 yards per game through 5 weeks. They have shown signs, though, of being able to control the football sometimes when needed. This would be one of those drives. Austin Timberlake in the shotgun, gives it to Crabtree, trying to sweep left side, tries to turn the corner, cannot, stood up and dropped by 2 white shirts for no gain.
David Summers on the lead tackle there for the Muskies. Got to tell you, that's the first of the 2 new wrinkles you'll see. They came out in a trips formation. Greyhounds did, ran a little stretch zone-like play with Cameron, trying to use his speed to get to the outside, but Summers right there for the stop.
I do want to apologize in advance. If I cough, have a bit of a cold, gives me a great radio voice, but terrible sinuses. 2nd and a long 9. Timberlake again to Crabtree, this time off tackle right side, up near the 30, brought down at the 29. It'll be 3rd down and about 6.
Another trips play with the same type of concept. Cameron comes inside on that. Webb King on the tackle for the Muskies. Really kind of manageable right now. Get something positive, even if you got to kick things away here in the next play.
Jackson Gravo goes split wide to the left side. Colin Mosier split wide to the right. Crabtree now your wingback to the left. No, he's the tailback. My apologies. Motion man is Sherwood, who is the wingback that way. Give to Crabtree again off the right side. Buries his shoulder and head into a defender and might have sprawled forward enough for a first down. We'll find out depending on the spot.
Great setup. They had the trips, ran back with a counter tray look, pulling the first wingback, and I believe it was David Gray coming back on the pull too. 4th and 1. What will the Greyhounds do here, Scott?
Looks like they're going to go for it. Ball just short of the 35. I'm okay with this. You're 1 and 4. You're going to have to score to beat this team.
You've had positive movements both sides. Sorry, Scott.
You're already down 6-0. You got to do something good on offense. Here's a give to Tykel Gordon off the left side. He's got a first down. He pulls his way up across the 40 to the 41 for a gain of 6. And a Greyhound first down.
Man, great concept. Get the downhill runner going in there. Nice cut back on the spin. Webb King for the Muskies on the tackle. moving the chains. That's what we want to see happen.
If you get the ball tomorrow, Ian, is that how you're going to run it? You sometimes are quarterback and a wingback. Bury your shoulders and bury somebody.
Push through the middle.
Push through the middle. That's right. Football. All right.
Hard sport.
First down and 10 from the 41. Gordon again off the right side, and again he kind of just pulls the of him.
It's just a straight belly dive play out of that series here. It's a buck series, and I got to tell you, nice run before their nose tackle got a hold of him. Lexus Lopez, the senior, get a stop there, but nice first down. Gives a nice manageable second and third down for the Greyhounds.
Drive from their own 26. They're now out to the 45. Wideouts either side, wingbacks either side. Double wing formation. They give it to Brandon Messina off the left side. Messina able to get maybe 2 to the 47 before he stood up and driven back. And that's the thing I've noticed is that a lot of times when Burlington ball carriers have the football, gang tackling virtually immediately into the second level.
Trenton C with the lead there for the Muskies. And when you pull so many guys, you key the guards, and that's what the linebackers are doing. And once the guards are pulling one way, they're going to come and fill that open hole. So, I mean, that's just basic defensive philosophy, and everybody does it. So it's just nice gang tackling by the Muskies.
Pats to the ball. Third down and 5 from the 46. Timberlake fakes to Gordon, gives him Messina. Sweeps it left side, plants his left foot, cuts upfield. Is going to be about 1.5 yards short of the first down as the Grounds have gotten to near midfield.
I don't know who number 4 is for the Muskies here, Scott, but he made the tackle. I don't see him listed anywhere. My guess it's going to be Jackson Folk as close as we can get. Another 4th and short here. It looks like we're going to line up again in our base formation.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. It's going to be the old switcheroo of the offensive line as Zach Shea takes a timeout to talk about things. I'm going to go on a prediction right here, although it's on tape. Everybody's seen it. But you're going to see the old half offensive line movement. I would have said that before the timeout. Maybe I'm not so committed to it now.
You just never know. They came out in their base formation, which is a 2-by-2 set with a single back behind Austin Timberlake. And so, usually it's a base. Comes into that belly look when they run belly and sweep off the backside. They did a nice concept with the trap. They've got some personnel changes in right now. Looks like they're going to go to a heavy package. Got Mason Hartman, Christian Cordero getting ready to come in along with the regular guys up front, which would be Drake Yeager, Drake Yeager, Taj Gordon, Jackson Mallant, David Gray, Josh Walrick as your front 5 for the Greyhounds.
Well, and one of the things Casey O'Rourke saw a couple of weeks ago, we're seeing right now, Christian Cordero split wide to the left. He picked up on it that every time Christian Cordero went wide, they did the shift. Now that's what they do, and who jumped? Did we jump or did they jump?
Well,
no, I didn't see anybody from Muscatine.
I didn't see anybody jump. I'm not sure if they had somebody not set for a second or what they're going to decide.
I think
for the first time this year, they're going to call illegal procedure on the Greyhounds.
It looks like by the way the mannerisms down on the field, Jackson Vallant kind of twitched with the ball as they went to the shift.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, so it'll be 4th now and about 6.5. We'll see if the Grounds think about going for it once again. 5.5 minutes remaining first quarter. Looks like they're going to kick it away now.
Yep, confirmation. Referee went over to Coach Shea and said, yep, he was twitching the ball just before the guys got set. So a little shudder here getting guys off.
Well, personnel changes both ways. Muscatine late with their personnel changes, and they have to call a timeout. So they'll talk about it on the far side for 1 minute. We'll take half that. 5:36 remaining first quarter. Muscatine up 6-0 on KBUR and KBUR.com.
VHS athletic activity and leave you must pay to re-enter. The activity passes are good only once. If you have an emergency, please see VHS administrator.
Also, we ask the spectators to...
Remodeling your bathroom? Barn Growers does that too. Barn Grover Glass serves Burlington, Iowa City, and the surrounding areas.
Back here at Bracewell Stadium, or Merrill A. Miller Senior Family Field, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful Friday night Temperature somewhere in the mid-50s, I would guess. I didn't look at weather bug like I normally do, but I'm going to guess somewhere in the 50s.
It's going to be in the high 40s tonight as we get done. The timeout called because they didn't get Summers on the field for the Muskies. They wanted to get the return guy back.
Summers back at his own 18, awaiting the kick of Austin Timberlake from his own 31. David Gray barks out the signals. High snap.
Little high snap. There's
Timberlake
that pressure.
steps into it, gets it away barely, hits at the 29, takes the Greyhound roll inside the 15.
Get inside.
Inside the 10, Tykel Gordon decides to go ahead and let it roll until it comes to a dead stop at about the 7.5. So a great punt by Austin Timberlake. We're going to say from the 56 down to the 7. That's a 49-yard kick.
Nice field flip for the Greyhounds right there. And I'm going to tell you the other thing. It's a small thing, but it's a good thing for the Greyhounds. Mike Tykel waited until that ball died. Two things. Let it roll as much as you can, and you click a little more clock. So,
well, and a third thing, a couple times earlier in the season, he would grab the football before it was done moving forward.
He's a high-tempo guy.
So first down at 10 for Muscatine. We'll call it the 8 officially. In the shadow of their own goalposts. We'll delay in the action as the officials try to determine which ball is Muscatine's, which ball is Burlington's.
You know, Scott, one of the big things that Coach Shea's got to do here is he's got to know when to dial up some pressure and some stunts. You don't want to give away things too early by trying to go for it big early, but you got to find a way to get pressure on Wickers.
3 receivers in the game, 2 right, 1 left. Ball basically right in the middle of the hash marks. Wickers back to pass, threw it out in the flat. He wanted Soko. He had 3 receivers in the area in Soko, Summers, and Kevin Johnson. And I think Soko was the guy. He was the guy kind of in the middle. It's like that game you play when you're tailgating where you've got the golf balls on either end and you throw them and you try and hit the top, the middle, or the bottom.
I see.
And he went for the middle one, which is the highest point value.
Yeah, well, hey. And the thing is, it was nice man coverage by the Greyhounds. You had David Gray getting out there in a hurry.
Wickers on 2nd and 10, shovel pass to Soko. Nope, that's Johnson, puts his foot in the ground. Jukes one man, now he's out across the 20, near the 25. Finally gang tackled by 3 Greyhounds at about the 23. They're going to give him forward progress, a gain of 16, and a Muscatine first down.
Crabtree and Hohentanner on the tackle. Nice little shovel pass. You send Soko on the one direction, and you bring Johnson back underneath the shovel pass. Great feet. Good job by the Greyhounds getting him stopped before he got too far.
So first out of 10, Muscatine, as we count down inside of 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. They've gotten out of the shadow of their end zone. First down completion out across the 25 near the 26 to Summers. Just a nice, safe pass. You see so much at the upper levels, not so much in high school.
Just a nice little hitch. Adam Wegman on the coverage there. And a good thing there, no yards after catch. Get him down right there. Take that completion. Make it a long second down for the Muskies.
Our fans are educated. You can say yak. No yak. They'll get it. They'll know what you're talking about.
I hear you.
They're down with it. They understand your lingo. They've been listening to you for 5 weeks now. 2nd and 7 from the 26. Wickers looking left. Now going to roll left.
Pressure.
Now he's going to roll back right.
Got to find a way.
Tuck it and run across the 30, 35. Run out of bounds by Crabtree, but not before another Greyhound first down after the gain of 11 to the 37.
Coach Shea is upset there. We had man coverage. There's got to be a spy on Wickers when you're in man because he can move the change with his feet as much as he can with his hands. So you got to be able. Understand that. It looks like Tykel Gordon kind of the victim of trying to get after that.
I was going to say, I think we know who our spy is because Tykel got an earful on the sideline. 1st and 10 from the 37. Here's Johnson up the middle. Now he cuts it outside the numbers on the far sideline near first down. Brought down at about the 47. Depends on which official you're looking at. I'm going to guess they're going to give him 10 and may need a measurement on this one.
Man, Spencer Sherwood, nice job of coming up and reading, but that Johnson is really elusive. Knows how to stop, jump cut right or left, and then just to accelerate right after that. Just stepped right out of the grasp of Sherwood.
Got right at 10 yards, so they moved the chains. First down and 10, now at the 47. Muscatine's moved it 40 yards in 5 plays.
Oh.
And the Greyhounds just jumped up offside on a hard count. But again, I will ask this, John, as a coach who's been down on the sideline, Wickers very definitely, when he raised his voice and inflected, lurched forward.
Yeah. And you know, those guys have been taught to watch the ball.
Right.
But, you know, your ears here, and you just
And you see out of the peripheral vision that there's movement.
You just got to get going.
1st and 5, bubble screen left side, complete to Kovac, and he's got yardage to the 45 of Burlington, a gain of 3.
Tyler Mosina did a nice job of bracketing that, getting help from the inside, the outside linebacker right there, and of course, Josh Borwick, who we've mentioned at least 3 or 4 times every week, plays steady, solid corner for the Greyhounds.
It'll be 2nd and short, 2nd and 2. Pretty much anything in the playbook probably for Muscatine right here. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They give it to Soko. It's just a simple dive off the left side. He's hit for a loss.
Tykel.
Back at the 46. I actually don't think, was that Tykel? Was also
Tykel
on
and
the
James
play.
Anderson.
James Anderson, that's right.
James, who hasn't played football since middle school, got a little action in last week, now getting in earlier in the game as the nose tackle.
Funny story. James was a basketball player, didn't know if he wanted to play football, had to serve a bit of time on the sideline. Took up the game when he was able to last week and found out he kind of likes this, Coach Shea said.
Plays with his hands very well. Nice pressure by McClellan. Nobody to throw to.
Wickers flushed out of the pocket. Now, you can make a case, except he was out of the pocket. That might be intentional grounding because it kind of hit in the middle, equidistant from 3 different players to no one in particular, but it's 4th down.
Hey, anything to do. Great man coverage by the Greyhounds. Great backside pressure by Malik, forcing him. That's, again, speed on the defensive line for the Greyhounds is the plus for them. Find a way to use it every down.
By the way, kids, that's your nickel word of the day, equidistant. Write it down. There'll be a test next week. So Muscatine going for it on 4th and 3 from the 46 of Burlington. Wickers.
Watch the quick snap. I'm never too sure what happens here. They're wrinkle.
Tried to draw Burlington off sides. Now he's looking at the sideline. Play clock down to 2, and they're just going to let it run out. And evidently going to take the 5-yard walk-off and kick it away.
Get a little deeper. I know their punter is one of the better punters in the district and within the state, and he's got a 36-yard average, so they want to move him back, try to pin the Greyhounds deep.
Logan Nugent in to punt it away. Good discipline by the defensive line right there as Wickers tried to draw the Greyhounds off with another hard count, but they held firm. And so now it's 4th and 7, make it 8.
Scott, this is what they showed on film. Take 3 of their shield guys and slide out. I'm not sure how we're adjusting here.
Nugent, rugby-style kick, end over end on the far side. Going to roll out of bounds very short near the 30. It's going to turn out to be about a 20-yard punt from the 49 to the 31.
Love the fact that Shea and the defensive staff decided to put pressure on Nugent, making him kick sooner than he really wanted to.
That rugby-style kick, is that a fad, or is that really being found to be the more effective way to punt?
You have to prepare for it, because if you don't defend it, the punter, if he's an athlete, can throw the ball or run.
Well, we saw that a couple weeks ago. Iowa against Pitt had a 57-yard punt.
Yeah.
First time they've run a rugby style. Here's Tykel Gordon right up the middle, left side. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 35, but you're John right there, about 2 steps away from breaking something bigger.
Yep, I'm telling you, Summers and Oswald on the tackle for the Muskies. Man, if he can just get a little more patient, get a little more lateral cut to him, get a good chance. Great second down for the Greyhounds here.
I call them the swivel hips. The swivel hips make a man miss and go the other direction. 2nd and a short 5, just outside the 35-yard line. Here's Crabtree sweeping right side, puts his foot on the ground, turns it upfield. Nice hard run up to the 39, a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Nice run there by Crabtree. Power, 3rd and short. Not only does Tykel Gordon run, he had a nice block on the inside there, was able to get Cameron just a couple more yards.
Spencer Sherwood split wide to the left side. Jackson Gravel comes wide to the right. That's your near side of the field, the Greyhounds sideline, as the Greyhounds move from north to south. That's left to right on your radio. Here's Gordon right up the middle. Needs 2.
At the time he got the ball, was able to just kind of hang on a little bit until they cleared the path.
Officially the 40, closer to the 41, but another Greyhound first down, and the Greyhound offense right now methodical.
What we need to have.
Very, very aggressive in their own way by really holding onto the football and power runs.
We've talked about this. No unforced errors gives you the best chance to win the ball game. Controlling the clock, their offense can't do anything when they're standing on the sideline.
Could you call John Fox and let him know about that for Sunday?
We're going to have to get some quarterbacks, I think.
Here's a sweep to Crabtree. Try to cut it upfield. Going to be a holding call as the flag is thrown by the referee behind the action.
I think they found Jackson Vallant there. trying to reach on Gomez here, and just hanging on just a little too long.
It would have been a gain of 1. By the way, they say Cutler may play, which gives credence to those conspiracy theorists who believe that perhaps it wasn't a hamstring, that it was just an excuse to get him out of the game a couple weeks ago. It was really kind of a shoulder issue.
Yep, holding on Volant.
No comment?
I just think if the Bears continue to go the way they're going, there may not be anybody left on the sidelines to play if they keep shuffling players out.
And you know what's going to happen, Patriot fan. You know that John Bostic is going to go to New England and become an all-pro and get 6 rings.
You bet. Why not?
Because he should have been like that in Chicago.
Yeah.
All right, back to action.
Look, Patriots are 3-0.
Yeah, I know, and John Bostic's their new linebacker. 2nd and 18.
Gotta run, gotta run.
Roll, and he's going to be flushed out and dropped from behind. There was a part of me that thought he was just standing there as he stood there for a good 3 count. I thought maybe he was going to give a Statue of Liberty type of play to Crabtree, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He just stood there and didn't feel the pressure.
No, I think he was looking for that man pressure and trying to get a read on what was happening on the edge there, but Jackson Folk just coming too fast from behind. 2nd and forever for the Greyhounds right now.
2nd and 29 from the 22. The Greyhounds have to get to the 48 of Muscatine. Timberlake fakes it to Gordon, gives it off the right side to Crabtree, and he's hit and dropped. That's not Crabtree.
That was Messina. Jackson Folk came in with the tackle there. Nice block by Josh Walrick, sealing down on the pull there. Folk just filled very nicely. Again, Scott, we talked about this last couple weeks. There are really no 3rd and 28 plays in the playbook. So
I call shenanigans. I'm going to tell you why. The play clock now and the game clock essentially in sync. Our clock operator, shenanigans, because they put the ball in play at 27 seconds. He didn't start the play clock until 25. So technically Burlington may not have to snap right here, but they will. Timberlake back to the ball. Middle screen to Crabtree. He's got some blockers, but both blockers in front of him missed their guys. 2-yard gain to the 25, and when we come back from this first quarter ending play, it'll be Burlington ball, 4th down and a country mile. They'll kick it away to start quarter number 2. Muscatine 6, Burlington nothing on
and the addition of digital radiography, which reduces the amount of x-ray needed to just 1/8 the level of previous methods. Call for an appointment today, 752-5494. Masner Family Dentistry, helping you keep your smile.
second quarter about to get underway. Burlington trailing Muscatine 6-0. David Summers back at his own 38-yard line awaiting the punt on 4th down and 26.
You know, I got to tell you, Scott, as they're getting ready to punt, really a nice crowd. It continues to grow here as we move into the second quarter. Great to see people supporting the Greyhounds.
Middle school night and the anniversary of the 75 football team here tonight. 2 special events here at Braceville Stadium. Timberlake gets away, an end-over-end kick taken at the 49 by Summers across midfield into Burlington territory. Nice coverage by Tykel Gordon and
Christian Cordero.
Jesse Bolander. The 3 Greyhounds down there first.
You know what, Scott? This is the second time now that the Muskies have gotten within a whisker's hair of getting that thing blocked. We got to hold up just a little bit better, and we got to get the ball and kick just a little bit sooner.
Are whiskers and hair not somewhat synonymous?
I wanted to be redundant.
A whiskers hair. That's some old-timey phrase that young people don't know about.
Way back in the 60s.
I want a whiskers hair of that. 2 to the right, 1 to the left as we get back to action. 1st and 10 from the Greyhound 47. Here's Johnson. little hesitation, stutter step, almost like he was really, really studying which side was open. He went left and got one.
Malik McClellan, great job of reading the pulling guard. We call that running the tracks when the guard leaves. We come down. Johnson came right into him, made a nice tackle.
So tonight's football-y term is running the tracks. I've never heard that.
It's getting behind the hips of the pulling guard, and you'll find the ball.
2nd and 9. Weiker's back to pass. Shows it deep down the left side. He's got a man. He's got it inside the 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Isaiah Smith. And it's 12-0. A touchdown of 46 yards.
You know what? That's just tough. That's just foot speed. Josh Warwick right in right position, but Isaiah Smith just a two-step too fast for Josh. Touchdown for the Muskies.
So not even a minute into the second quarter, and the Muskies double their lead to 12-0.
Surprised they're not going for two here, Scott. Don't be surprised if there's some sort of fake.
Traditional right now, Nugent in to try the extra point. Snap is good, spot is good, kick is up, and this time it is true. 11:15 remaining, first half. It's now Muscatine 13, Burlington nothing. Back in 1 minute on KBUR and KBUR.com.
Well, it's that time of year again when things are really hopping at Standard of Beaverdale and Beckman TV and Appliance. It seems like every time you head to Standard, there are people shopping, picking up their orders, buying new tools, and working with staff to design kitchens, decks, garages, even new homes. And that's a good thing. With fall and winter in sight, everyone needs to get their home improvement projects sealed up before the weather turns. It's the perfect time to add insulation or replace your weather stripping. Even though it's busy at Standard of Beaverdale, they will always do their very best to provide you with top-notch products and top-notch service, even helpful suggestions to make your project easier. You may have to wait for a couple of minutes, but Standard believes the service you'll get when it's your turn is well worth the wait. And now's the time to get new appliances for your kitchen and laundry room, or a bigger TV for your family room from Beckman TV and Appliance. There's even time to get that new kitchen for the holidays. Come see why this place is so popular. Standard of Beaverdale and Beckman TV and Appliance, just north of exit 258 out the Beaverdale Road.
Back underway here at Merrily Miller Senior Family Field on the campus of Bracewell Stadium, and a touchback on the ensuing kickoff by Nugent.
You know, Scott, that touchdown by Smith just passed the season best for length. He went for 45 yards. His season best up to that point was 35. So Greyhounds get a shot here at the 20. Scott, we talked on the break that, you know, the Greyhounds really are playing well. You know, the non-unforced error had the one penalty here that got them taken back, but really not playing too badly.
Yeah, set them behind the chains and kind of stalled that last drive. So 1st and 10 from their own 20. Crabtree, left side, not much there, but still driving forward progress out to the 21. But he got those 3 feet all on his own.
Yep, and I got to tell you, David Johnson again for the Muskies on the tackle, along with Trenton C. That trips the lineman again when they're running that stretch, probably trying to set up for that counter tray action that they had early in the first series.
2nd down and 9, ball resting on the 21-yard line. Bolander split wide left, Mosier split wide right. Timberlake going to roll, plants his foot, turns it upfield, but hit at the line of scrimmage, driven backward.
Second of the wrinkle here out of the trips formation is the speed option. You can run speed option to the strong side, which they did, or you can come back to the weak side where there isn't as many defenders. C and who else was on the tackle, Scott? C and Summers on the tackle for the Muskies.
Gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Don't be surprised you see that screen again like they had when it was 3rd and 29. That went off for about 7-8 yards. Be a good time for the Greyhounds right now.
Gravel left now. Mosier to the right. Crabtree still behind Timberlake. 2 wingbacks to the right side, Hartman and Sherwood. Timberlake going to swing it out to Hartman, and Mason Hartman comes down with it, but hit immediately and dropped for a gain of 1 to the 23, and just kind of a slow developing play, and the throw was high, and Hartman had to...
Got tipped at the line of scrimmage by the defensive end, and Mason did a nice job to come back behind him and grab that ball. Summers right there for the tackle. We got to kick it away. Still not a bad series. You know, we're down on the short end. We don't give anything away on a turnover. You know, what's got to happen now is we got to find a way to slow down those guys on the edge offensively.
Now Burlington with a wrinkle puts 6 guys to the left of the football, and now Zach Shea wants a timeout as Mason Hartman sprints up the sideline, but that's a killer as a coach, isn't it, if you have to take a timeout on special teams? First unforced error, Scott. I feel like I almost get us cursed in that way. We were just talking about how well they're playing clean. We had the 1 penalty, and now this just mix-up. And here's the thing that's got to happen, Scott. Body language, you can kind of see it. You know, you've been there. You've been in a streak where things aren't going well. You can't let your body language speak volumes about your mindset. You got to just continue to get in there, let things go, and get back at it. Well, that's one of the things I asked Coach Shea in the pregame interview was, you know, you've got a team here that fell behind 14-0 very quickly last week. If that happened again tonight, do you have a team that's going to go, oh, gee, here we go again, or fight through it and persevere? And he thought they'd persevere given their week of practice. Well, so it's a little disappointing to hear your take on the body language. Just a couple guys, and I think that's what Coach Shea is exhorting the guys on the sideline to say, hey, we made the mistake, let it go, let's get back in and play. Timberlake from the 12, kicks it away again, almost blocked, knuckleball, going to hit about the 41. Takes a musky roll back inside the 40, however, and down at the 39. Scott, I'm really getting worried. Jackson Folk, each time we punt, gets just a little closer to getting his hands on that ball. My other concern is down on the sideline, we see number 12, Adam Wegman, getting worked on by Scott Linebaugh. Just put a brace on his right shoulder. Not sure what all that's going on, but they need to protect it. I see it as glass half full. I see a roughing the kicker coming. That would be great, yeah. If we get the ball off soon enough. Getting unforced there on the other sideline. Yeah, well, Muscatine with the football, 9:11 remaining, first half, leading 13-0 at the Greyhounds 39. 2 wide receivers to the right. Soko, the tailback, he gets it. He'll sweep it left. Tracked down and going to be dropped from behind by Malik McClellan. No gain. I tell you, he's done a great job of running the tracks tonight. Got a little help from David Gray on the inside-out pursuit. Good job stopping one of the better runners in the district and the state as well. I actually call it a gain of 1. I think that's a favorable spot for Muscatine. I didn't think he got anywhere close to the 38, but so be it. Same formation, 2 right. With Soko, no, that's Johnson now behind Wickers. Wickers back to pass, going to throw right again, deep down the right field. Down the right side, intended for Nolan Osland. Ball's incomplete, overshot him by a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 9. We can't be caught standing still. We got to be given cushion all the time. Drake Hohentanner gave him about 7-8 yards, but kind of watched as the play developed and caught himself standing still. Osland gets behind him. If that ball gets completed, it's another 6 points for the Muskies. 3rd down and 9. Now trips to the right side, 1 to the left. Soko back in at tailback to the right of Wickers. Check screen coming through here. Wickers going to roll right, pressured by Crabtree. Throws on the run, has a man at the 31, turns it upfield. That's, I was going to say Summers, but it's not Summers. That's Kovac. Kovac to the 26 for another first down. Zyshawn Baker getting his first action of the year tonight there on the tackle, chasing down the pass. 2 to the right, 2 to the left as the Muskies go no huddle once again. Watch. Wickers barks out some signals. Now he's going to walk over to the sideline, check out the signals. Play clock at 10. Looking at matchups here. Gives the signals to his receivers and Soko. Wickers back to pass. Looks right, throws left-hand man. Would have been picked up by Brandon Messina, except for the fact it was tipped by Kovac, or else it was going the other way with Wickers the only man to beat. Ball's incomplete, flag on the play, going to be holding on Muscatine. Yep, saw that coming. A lot of pressure by James Anderson right there, and trying to figure out who the guilty party was. Logan Ryan for the Muskies. Held on just a little too long as Zyshawn was making his way towards the quarterback. This is what we needed. Move them back a little bit. And that's a big penalty. That's a spot foul. Yep. The flag was thrown at the 33, so it actually turns out to be a 17-yard penalty. It'll be 1st down and 27. Got to be careful here. They're so good at running screens, jailbreak screens. Shovel pass to Soko. Soko's got running room left side, but Gordon closes quickly. Tykel hits him first. Brandon Messina cleans up the waist and drops him at the 37. Nice job. They finally got the spy in the right place. Tykel did a nice job coming through.
We just got to be able to hold them, nothing after the catch. No yaks.
That a boy.
I want to make you feel a little better here, directing me as we go.
Gain of 6 to the 37. It'll be second down and 19.
Big bubble.
Bubble screen to Johnson. He's got running room right side. Turns upfield and hit and dropped at the 28-yard line.
Owen, Danner, and Anderson coming out of nowhere. Big chase from Big James running it down. Nice work by the Greyhounds. 3rd and 11. Got to keep this thing within the chains here.
So 3rd down, 11 yards to go. A chance for the defense to give the ball back to the offense with no points being allowed, or at least relegating Muscatine to a field goal try, which right now would be about 45 yards.
Soko coming off the field for the Muskies.
Two to the
Got
right,
a chair route.
Wickers
Ball.
throwing deep down the left side. Has a man in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Kovacs. Nice coverage on a play by Messina. I don't think Messina got to the football, but he at least impeded the vision of Kovacs.
That and the fact that we got help over the top by Spencer Sherwood. Nice job. You could see it coming. All they did was run skinny post with Bohr recovering, and then we were in man coverage, and Messina had to run with them. Disadvantage when you're playing man and that wheel route comes. You can't see the ball coming at you. Good help by Sherwood.
So Nugent in to try a 45-yard field goal on the hold of Whip King.
2 of 7 for the year for Nugent. 43 is his longest, so this will be his new season high if he gets this thing down.
From the right hash, wind at his back. Snap is good. Spot by Whip King is good. Kick is long enough. Is it good enough? It is. He split it right down the middle with room to spare. That would have been good from 55. Yeah. So with 6:45 remaining first half, it's now Muscatine 16, Burlington nothing. Back in 1 minute on KBUR and KBUR.com.
We are your neighbors, your coworkers.
We are the future.
And we believe in our community.
And that, by shopping local,
buying local,
and banking local,
we can create a healthier community.
making friends, building relationships.
Join us.
K-Spine Community Credit Union.
Keeping it local.
It's where you belong.
K-Spine Community Credit Union, conveniently located at 2115 Des Moines Avenue and 485 West Burlington Avenue. Federally insured through the NCUA and an equal opportunity housing lender.
Barnes River Glass does kitchens? Yes, they do. Whether you want to upgrade your countertops or do your entire kitchen, commercial or residential, Barn Grover's cabinet expert is Bonnie Samuels. Give her a call. She'll sit down with you at your home or business, build a computerized design, give you a free quote, and work with you till the job is done. Remodeling your bathroom? Barn Grovers does that too. Barn Grover Glass serves Burlington, Iowa City, and the surrounding areas.
Back here at Bracewell Stadium, and another touchback on an ensuing kickoff by Mr. Nugent, who just hit from 45. And John, I think that would have been good from Marshall Kane's 57.
Yep, that was a nice kick. But I'm going to tell you, Scott, nice defensive series for the Greyhounds. Made them kick, didn't give anything up that was too big, played solid defense. It's just time we got to get ourselves moving down the field offensively.
6.5 minutes to do something. Trailing 16-0, the Grounds take over. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Crabtree on the direct snap. Goes off the left side, now reverses field, back around the right side. A gain of 5, and he just kind of felt his way forward and got 5 yards out of it.
Yep, a really nice run. Just kind of kept pushing with his hand in front on the lineman in front of him until he was able to find a crack. Brought down by Webb King for the Muskies. So, 2nd and 5, it's what you want for your offense. Got a lot of choices here to make. We haven't thrown the ball very much, and when we have, it's kind of been a deep route. I think maybe something quick, little hitch, little slant. I know the thing to Mason Hartman was a good idea. Just got to get the ball up over the defensive line.
Tight formation still. Jackson Gravel split wide, if you will, to the right side. Gordon on the direct snap this time. He's got 2 up to the 27.
Nice speed run there, and it's still the same off-tackle run by the Greyhounds, but you get a little bit of speed dimension there. See on the tackle for the Greyhounds, for the Muskies. Again, 3rd and short. Another shift here would be kind of good. Maybe your own hard count, Scott. Something the Greyhounds need. Get a good feeling here. Get your first down, move the chains, control the clock, try to hold the ball for the rest of the half.
Adam Wegman checks back into the ball game, so that shoulder not enough to keep him out. He'll go tight to the right side as Christian Cordero will come wide to the left. Now they switch they switch from left to right.
They got
again. They got another jumper. Number 67 for Muscatine.
Yes, it is nice to see that we were able to get that. Logan Ryan again, the junior, jumping, gives us a first down. Those are the kind of things that are helpful. You know, you want to be able to get beyond that with your offense, but you need to take whatever you can when you're down. So it's nice to get a first down, move the chains along.
And bravo to Jackson Vallant for learning his lesson. Smart kid, former Edward Stone kid. Austin Timberlake, 1st and 10 from the 32. Instead, they snap it directly to Gordon. He'll sweep it left side, gets a block from Hartman and a block from Timberlake, and gets 3 up to the 35. By the way, I speak more highly of the Ed Stone kids because those are the kids I know best.
Well, those are the kids you see daily. Nice job by Tykel.
These kids grow up.
You see them mature before your very eyes, sometimes literally. So middle school children grow so fast. So nice run by Tykel, though. Good job. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 7 for the Greyhounds. Probably we haven't seen the counter in a few plays here. This little Mosina comeback, you could be hearing this set.
2nd and 7 from the 35. Gordon wanted to give it to Mosina. Now he just has to kind of eat it, keeps it himself. He's got 5. He made something out enough and makes it 3rd down and 2.
I tell you, he mishandled the snap, and it was the counter that we were looking at. And Tykel did a nice job. I think he wanted to try to continue the play.
Well, that's what I'm going to ask. As a more veteran kid, does he realize he really doesn't have any more opportunity to do that? And I know he got 5 out of it, but maybe he gets 7 or 8 if he doesn't waste that 2 count.
All you know is that you don't want to lose the ball at that point. And if the ball was in the air for a few seconds, I know that Tyler stopped and tried to take a look to see what was going on. And, good job of Tykel to keep his composure. Get us a solid 3rd down opportunity.
By the way, I will take some time while there's an injury timeout on the field. Jerry, back in the studio, this is mostly for you, but we're going to step away for about 12 minutes at halftime as I'm going to be the MC of tonight's reunion of the 40th anniversary of the 1975 football team. I should have told you earlier, Jerry, to bank some news, bank some weather, bank whatever, run a lot of commercials, but I'm going to step away. Unless, John, do you want to do it by yourself for a while?
I'm going to listen to you.
Okay.
Honor these guys. 27 members of the 1975 team that I see now walking to the front. I don't know if there are more coming, if they're coming from somewhere else, but wow. What a remembrance of a great ball club.
1975 team went 9-0, regular season undefeated, lost in the playoffs, and the last Burlington squad to go undefeated in the regular season. 3rd and 2 from the 40. Tykel Gordon, first down up to the 43.
Get there, push.
It's going to be dropped, but enough for a first down for the Greyhounds as we tick down toward 4 minutes remaining.
Nice job. Let it go. Come on, we got to go, Tykel. You can't get upset. We got the first down. Let's reset the ball. Muscatine does a very good job of trying to strip the ball from the ball carrier, so got to try to calm him down. We got to get a chance to move this ball down the field.
Well, this drive has moved 23 yards forward. The only thing that's somewhat disconcerting, again, is, as I say sometimes, John, I admit, sometimes I'd say it to your offense, but urgency. We're down inside of 4 minutes.
Yep.
Got to get the ball moving forward. Got to get some points on the board to get the ball to start the second half. Not Messina, Timberlake right up the middle off the snap. He's got 2 to the 45, but the clock is going to continue to run, and if they're not careful, it'll run down inside of 3:10.
Yep, Kevin Johnson and Webb King on there. Scott, I know that in a situation like this, I understand the sense of urgency, but what really needs to happen is we need to keep our composure and have positive things happen through the end of the half. If that ends up in a score, great. They're going to get ready to call their 3rd timeout, Scott. They were having probably some trouble getting an idea of what play to get in here on 3rd and short. Guys continue to trickle off the sidelines with the play clock at 3, and they will take their timeout. Play clock was at 2. Game clock's at 3:03. So the Greyhounds, unfortunately, albeit a good decision in John's eyes, have to take their final timeout of the half with 3 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. Yeah, you want to have that timeout left, but you certainly don't want to go backwards here. You don't want to put yourself in a 2nd and 15 because you had a personnel issue. You didn't have the right package in. So you might as well use your last timeout. And this might be the time now to say, hey, if we get a good chunk of yards, now let's pick up our tempo, go a 2-minute drill type of situation. Whatever needs to happen right now. But the last thing that needs to happen for the Greyhounds is to lose the ball, have something unforced with a penalty or some sort of mental error. We're now at 2nd and 15, 2nd and 30, 3rd and whatever, and then now they've got a chance to score before the end of the half.
30 guys, 2 coaches, at least. I think Coach Hoffman said he was going to be here tonight, but he's not here as of right now, at least not highlighted.
Scott, he's always talking to somebody.
2nd down and 8 from the 45. Timberlake behind center. Snapped to Crabtree. He's going to throw it.
Yes.
Going to throw it down the middle. He's got Sherwood, but undershot him. Spencer Sherwood got turned around. He was running to the outside shoulder. The pass was on his inside shoulder. By the time he was able to twist his body around, he was 2 yards ahead of the ball, which falls incomplete.
A little bit of heat, but great idea. They haven't shown that all year. Been in the playbook. Got a little pressure. If he was able to stick that right foot in the ground a little bit more, get the ball downfield. Nice concept. Really a nice idea here at 2nd and long.
So 3rd down and 8 now. Greyhounds need to get inside the 47 of Muscatine.
Coming pressure on the weak side here by Jackson.
Timberlake
nice
rolls
wheel.
right. Wheel route to Messina. Complete, I should say, to the 45. And the Greyhounds move the chains with 2:53 remaining.
Man, Austin did a very nice job as Jackson Folk was making his way. Had a beat on him, got rid of the ball right as Tyler turned on the wheel route. Great first down for the Greyhounds.
Clock starts running. 1st down and 10 from the Muskie 45. A big 3rd down conversion right there for the Greyhounds. The drive continues. Trailing 16-0. Crabtree follows Timberlake into the hole. Just pushes his way forward to the 42, a gain of 3, but the clock will continue to run at 2:35 and counting.
Good job by Cameron hanging on the ball. Summers in there. While they had secured tackle, they got Summers in there trying to strip the ball away. So great drive by the Greyhounds right now.
As I said before, they do get the ball to start the 2nd half. So you get points here, you take momentum in, and you get a chance to put some points on the board and cut into it more.
There it is.
Another jumper. But he didn't jump far enough to jump offside as the Greyhounds play the old switcheroo on the offensive line. Crabtree off the right side this time inside the 40 to the 37.
Great job by everybody. Great football play at high school. Don't jump into enough. Good power running by Crabtree here. 3rd and short. Could see another hard count. Could see another shift.
Clock inside of 2 minutes is 1:50.
Let's get the play in there.
Play clock at 45. Wegman left, Gravel right. Gordon behind Messina. Tick-tock. Play clock at 5. 1:35. Crabtree in motion right to left.
Sprint out.
Timberlake rolling left. Going to tuck it and run. Flag on the play. 2 flags. Runs out of bounds short of the 35. That's going to be a hold.
Tykel and David Gray trying to keep their guy from getting down to getting the quarterback. Just held on just a little too long again. Everybody holds. Just can't get caught, Scott.
Some people hold like you might hold your baby. Other guys hold like you're riding a bucking bronco.
Oh, we're going to go all there. Maybe we'll hold them like Kenny Rogers.
That's poker. We don't promote gambling on a broadcast.
I'm not, but I'm just saying you got to know when to hold them.
Yeah, but
I'm just trying to throw that really corny joke.
He's talking about cards, John. He's talking about poker.
Go fish. Know when to hold that.
Don't have to sugarcoat it, but we don't promote gambling on KBUR. We're going to have a talk after this game is over.
I'll go to timeout.
3rd down and 20 from the Greyhound 45. Timberlake.
Good fade.
Fade route down the near sideline. Intended for Sherwood. Knocked out of bounds. In coverage for Muscatine was Isaiah Smith.
You know what? Great coverage. I know a lot of people calling for pass interference, but 2 guys going for the ball. Fair play.
So do you go for it here?
No, you got to kick it away.
Kick it and flip the field?
You've not really been able to stop their offense. Had a nice drive. You got to get the ball down there, make them drive the entire length of the field in a minute 21. The only problem here, Scott, is that we have no timeouts and they have 2. So we're not going to be able to stop momentum. They'll be able to control momentum.
Well, maybe you get lucky with a muffed punt or something right here.
Playing it safe here to get the return.
Timberlake, nice kick. It's out of bounds just
30.
inside the 30. We'll see where they mark it as the official walks past it.
Nice job.
Now just kind of puts his foot down at the 29. So that's where the kick flies to. A kick of 21 plus 5 is 26 yards.
Greyhound defense has got to be careful here, Scott. We can't play too prevent of defense. That plays right into their offensive scheme's hands. We got to play smart, but we can't play man. We got to be able to keep everything in front of us.
1:15 remaining in the first half. Muscatine football at their own 29.
There's a zone.
Oh, nice play, but interference going to be called on Josh Warwick. Drew Greenhall was open on the pass from Wykers. Just a split second too soon was Warwick.
Great job by Josh. I don't care. I've always said as a coach, and I was even telling our middle school kids, if you get a pass interference call anytime, I will congratulate you because that means you were being aggressive to the ball. I'll take that. So, nice job by Josh. And we'll mark it off. We'll be all right.
It's almost one of those plays where I know he wants to play the coverage, but I think maybe if he tries for the pick, he still gets at least a tip on the football, maybe a pick six the other way.
Oh, yeah, because there's nobody over there. They're on to the far side of the field.
So first down and 10, now at the 44. Wykers back to pass, looking left.
Playing
locks
zone
on the
wide
receiver.
now. Oh,
now
tip
get
ball.
that
thing. Oh!
You know, if David Gray, who can't make the interception as it falls incomplete, if he just kind of takes about 3 steps on a sprint backward instead of shuffle, he probably has a pick.
You know, we talk about playing. We talk about playing baseball in defensive pass coverage. Turn and run like it's an outfield fly ball. Run to it. Don't try to jump and get it. You want to take it at its highest point, yes, but get to the ball first.
And honestly, those are missed opportunities against a team like Muscatine and a quarterback like Wykers.
Great defense,
Here's
Johnson.
Soko on the delay, left side, into Burlington territory, a gain of 10, it would appear, to the Greyhound 46, clock at 56.
Tell you, it is hard to tell the difference between Johnson and Soko, Scott. They run so well and they run so much alike.
Soko 24, Johnson 26. Wykers back to pass.
Nice pressure.
Flushed out of the pocket, right side, pursued by Tycho Gordon, cuts it upfield, tripped up by Crabtree, fumbled the football. Buddy was down by contact. They're going to give him to the 38, it would appear, and now a timeout on the field called by Muscatine.
Got one left, the Muskies do, Scott. Really playing pretty good defense right here. When you're playing zone, that you've got to have a little bit of space so that you've got some people in front of you, but you got to be able to make the first tackle and bring people alongside of you. 44 seconds left to go here. The ball will be set on the near sidelines for the Muskies as Coach Shea and defensive staff is talking to the Greyhounds. Probably setting up some sort of cover 2, Scott. They'll probably press on the inside, funnel guys to the inside, let 2 safeties play over the top. I would say Muscatine is probably going to run some sort of flood route and open up some space to that left side of the field.
So Muscatine out of the timeout. We'll have a second down and 1 from the Greyhound 37. Let's reset this game for you a little bit. 44 seconds left on the game clock. Muscatine leads 16-0. And driving, 1 timeout remaining. The Greyhounds have used their allotment of 3 here in the first half.
Be great if we got some pressure here and forced Muscatine to use that 3rd and final timeout. So it makes them press a little bit on their own offensive end. Okay, this double taser look, or these 2 backs in the backfield with Wickers, they've run that crossbuck action.
Wykers back to pass on 2nd and 1. Looking left, slides left, throws left.
He catches it!
Kovac on the 15-yard line on his back. Tyler Messina, or Brandon Messina, or which Messina?
Nope, it was Josh Warwick.
I thought it was Tyler.
It was Josh, and Spencer came over, actually tipped the ball out, knocked him down, just did a nice job of concentrating on the ball.
Think Seattle, New England Super Bowl last year before the play that will go down in infamy. Here's a give to Johnson off the left side, gain of 1, and now Muscatine takes their last time out. It reminds me, was it Kevin Lockett? Was that the receiver for Seattle? Who caught the ball on his back?
Yeah.
Malcolm Smith, who actually had the interception at the end of the game, was the man in coverage, and he said, I watched NFL Films a couple weeks ago, he said, I thought I was going to be the GOAT,
Ends up
And then
being
I
the
turned
hero.
in the hero,
Right.
but the same play, tipped it in the air, and on his back, the receiver makes a catch.
And the thing is, I think what happened with Spencer is that he went up, got a piece of the ball. Josh was right there, saw the receiver on the ground, and kind of forgot about where the ball was at, and they were trying to make sure they weren't stepping on it. I mean, it's just one of those things that happens, and nice concentration. I like the fact that Muscatine has to use their last timeout here. Doesn't give them a whole lot of opportunity. Got to throw the ball at least 3 times in this last, and where we at, 26 seconds. They probably got time for 3 plays, Scott, before they have to make a kick. Wheel route, shovel pass, those are the 2 big things I would be alert for. Those have been their 2 big gainers on offense. And you got, who's in the backfield there?
That would be Soko.
Now, this is a wrinkle by Muscatine. They take their linebacker, Jackson Folk.
Here's Wykers after. Oh, no.
It's Folk.
Yeah, it's Folk off the right side. He was your quarterback. Faked it to Soko, runs into the end zone for the touchdown. 16 yards. And it's 22-0. There's your wrinkle you were talking about.
Yep, and Folk is the faster guy between the 2 quarterbacks. And they usually run him in a power running game, and that's exactly what they did. The personnel package came in. You think you're set up for Johnson and Soko, and out comes Folk with the run and the keep. So
Logan Nugent in to try the extra point to make it 23-0. Spot is good. Kick is good as well. 18 seconds remaining first half. We will step away for 30 seconds. It's 23-0 Muscatine on top of Burlington. Flag is down. Keep it right here for a minute. Thrown right at the line of scrimmage.
Right in the A-gap, Scott, between the center and the guard, Tremel Tellis. They may get him for leaping. Elevating. We used to call it leaping, but he tried to get up over between the guard and the center to try to get in and block the kick.
Personal foul, Burlington. So my guess is you're correct.
Yeah. So I don't think he really elevated very much. He took a high knee over those guys. Tremel, very good athlete, able to do that kind of thing. So, but they're going to kick it from the 50. My guess is Nugent will go ahead and take that thing in and kick it out of the back of the end zone. We'll get it on the 20. And I'm going to guess here that the Greyhounds will probably just take a knee, really kind of come off of a fairly decent half of football for them. We knew this coming into the game, that the Muskies own almost every offensive category in District 6. So, tall tale for anybody.
Well, the improvement from week 1 to week 2 of district play is the limitation of the big plays.
Right.
There's been the one longer pass of 46 yards, but other than that, you've made Muscatine methodically for them work their way down the field.
Which is going to be a little frustrating for the Muskies because they like the big play.
So Logan Nugent from the Greyhound 45. Oh, onside kick left side. Muscatine may get it, and they do. Soko comes up with the football at the 33-yard line. So with 18 seconds left in the half, Muscatine now with a final opportunity to be the proverbial salt in the first half wound.
Which is typical of Muscatine. Coach Mueller has always had one special team wrinkle for every team that he faces. This was the one for Burlington.
And so with no timeouts and 18 seconds remaining, they're just going to put it on the leg of Logan Nugent from 49.
Yep, and you were right, Scott. If he's good from 50, why not kick it now?
This one from the left hash, so the opposite side of the field from where he was the first time when he made it from 45.
You know, Scott, we had talked about the freshman and the sophomore game as well. You don't know what the mindset of the coaching staff is.
Wepking on the hole. Snap is good. Spot is good. Kick is up. Long enough, I think. Hits the crossbar and goes through. Hits the crossbar from 49 yards and bounds through like a free throw does off the front of the rim, and it's 26-0.
You know what? It's a play that catches you off guard, and it, again, continues to put pressure and change the emotions on the side. So
that's a killer. That's 10 points.
It's a heartbreaker
in the span of 6 seconds.
Yep.
After you're somewhat surprised by an onside kick and can't come up with the football. Now I'm starting to see the heads down on the sideline.
Well, you see
shoulders.
You see some angry people as well. Coaches are certainly
I was
upset.
going to say, those are the coaches. I'm not seeing a lot of fire, unfortunately, out of the purple-clad Greyhounds.
Well, I think they're a little bit stunned on the onside kick. And the thing is, Scott, every coach every time has told their kids to always make sure the ball goes through. Always. And it's just one of those things you just naturally think, it's not going to happen. And you just cannot allow yourself to think that way. You've got to be prepared.
So 12 seconds remaining in the first half, and Nugent has it on the tee again. Our guess this time, he will kick it deep as not the 15-yard penalty, and he does, and it'll go through the end zone over the head of Crabtree, and the Greyhounds will take a knee from their own 20, we would think.
Well, you never know. I mean, you're down 26 points here. You've got a couple plays to go. I'd reestablish yourself, run some solid plays. Don't just put yourself in a position no one can call a timeout now. Get one good play in, maybe get out of the sidelines, get another one in, and get yourself regrouped for the second half.
A very tight formation, it would appear.
They're going to take a knee.
They're going to take a knee. Messina drops back to his own 11, and what you might see at the end of the game in victory formation, but this is the end of the first half. We have no timeouts, and we're on our own 20 formation. So we've put one half of football in the books. 24 down, 24 to go. We're going to step away for quite some time again, Jerry. I'm going to give you 12 minutes so I can honor the 1975 football team. When we come back, John and I will recap the first half of football and get you ready for half number 2. Once again, Muscatine 26, Burlington 0, your halftime score. Back in 12 minutes.
We will now direct your attention toward the north end zone. On this night, 40 years ago, the Greyhounds were 4-0. In preparing for that Friday's home show against the United Township Panthers, ultimately a 44-29 victory. For Graham Brethren, Harold Ford was our nation's president. The Pittsburgh Steelers won the first of the 5 Super Bowls in Super Bowl 9. Gas cost 57 cents, milk cost $1.40. John Denver owned the #1 song in the country. Meanwhile, the Burlington Greyhounds are in the middle of an undefeated regular season. The first one since the 1959 Mythical State Champions, and the last time such a feat has been accomplished here at Burlington High School. The Greyhounds have scored their opponents by an average of 32-13, and only one game during the regular season was decided by less than a touchdown. In a word, the 1975 Greyhounds were dominant and afraid it was Greyhound showtime. Burlington averaged 269 yards on the ground, led by David Dansville's 867 yards and 9 touchdowns. He added 2 more rushing touchdowns in the postseason, 2 more through the air, and 1 on an interception return, while Mike Parsons became the single-season leader in total offense with 1,383 yards, a record that has been held by NFL running back Tony Baker since 1962. He also is the record holder for rushing yards by a quarterback with 572 and played a role in 24 of the team's 43 offensive touchdowns, including 14 through the air. Kicker Bob Green set a school record with 36 extra points. Defensively, the Greyhounds allowed 177 yards per game and took 3 shutouts. They limited 5 of 9 opponents to less than 100 yards rushing, including 2 teams to less than 30 yards. Its most dominant performance came in Week 7, when it held Quincy to just 36 total yards and 5 first downs in a 33-0 whitewash. And independent, the Greyhounds finished the regular season ranked number 2 in Class 4A, became Burlington's first ever playoff team when they were selected to face 9th-ranked Clinton in the first round. In a game that was tied at 10 at the end of regulation, the Greyhounds fell just short of advancing, falling here at Bracewell 31-30 in triple overtime. When the smoke cleared, Harkness was named the Iowa Daily Press Association's All-State, first-team quarterback, becoming the first Greyhound first-team selection since 1965. Dansville was named a fourth-team running back. And offensive lineman Alan Jackson, fullback Joe McDade, and defensive lineman Jay Benshowell, Bob Chicken, and Randy Stamberg all earned honorable mention. This team is remembered by teammates and fans alike as one where every single player had a role and played it well. One where teammates were dedicated and committed to winning and pushed each other to greatness. And one who is close-knit, as shown by those who are here tonight. I would ask that you all now rise in unison and give this special group of Greyhounds a warm welcome home to Burlington. And a strong testament to hard work, dedication, and commitment to self and team. To you, the members and coaches of the first ever playoff team here in Burlington, your 1975 Burlington Greyhounds. At this time, we must give notice to those who took the time to be here tonight. Steve G. Anderson, John Archer, Jay Brenshwell, Jim Pickle, Bob Bonner, Jeff Boyer, Roger Calloway, Bob Chicken, Kurt Daly, David Dansville, Ron D, Ben Dewald, Miles Dixon, Kerry Ertz, Steve Evans, Bob Green, Bob Bruce Gustafson, Mike Korf, Dave Lewis, Rick Maurer, Joe McDade, Roy Rockcloud, Randy Sandberg, Doug Sorensen. Special thanks to Brian Sutton, my right-hand man, in getting us organized. Kyle Timberlake, Bill Winnig, Fred West, Gene Williamson, and Colin Wilson. There are two assistant coaches in attendance as well. Gary Imthird, Pete Molander, and your head coach of the 1975 Burlington Greyhounds, Jim Hoffman. Once again, your 1975 40th anniversary Burlington Greyhounds. Lindsay, is the band ready? Band, take the field.
don't have any shortage of high-cost ideas, do you?
No, I have very good high-priced.
Better get on the phone with Merrill A. Miller Sr. once again.
And we're off on the kickoff.
Back underway as Nugent boots it away. On a bounce, Crabtree from the 3, across the 10, short of the 15, spun down, or I should say short of the 20, across the 10, 15, short of the 20. And the Grounds will start first down at 10 from their own 19.
Nice tackle by Drew Greenhaw, breaking through the wedge of the Greyhounds to make that tackle.
That concept that you have for the north end of the stadium is incredible.
And then you could
would be awesome.
Then you could do the bleachers on top of that.
That would be you could call it Greyhound Nation, just like they do in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Greyhound Nation in big letters.
Probably wouldn't do
instead of Cardinal
related
Nation.
to the Cardinals.
Greyhound Nation. Yeah, don't point at you just don't want to hear about the Cardinals, you Red Sox fan. First down at 10 from the 19. Austin Timberlake behind center with Tykel Gordon behind him. Timberlake to Gordon, right up the gut. Right side, gain of 2 across the 20 to the 21.
Looks like the belly, but it really is the buck trap that the Greyhounds are running. It gives you the same similar motion. Austin steps
I'm going
off.
to stop you right there. What's a belly?
Belly is between the guard and the tackle.
And a buck?
And a buck trap is the series action that the Greyhounds are running with a dive action in between guard and center, and then the sweep action by Mosina on the other side.
Who came up with a lot of this terminology? Because I have an NFL quarterback game going back to 1980 that has buck on it and has belly on it.
Well, those are old terminologies. There's a lot of people who have talked about developing those with Mosina on the buck sweep as we talk right
Crabtree tried to come around the left side on a fake to Mosina. Crabtree took it and got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. It'll be 3rd and 9 at the 20. Proceed.
There's just a lot of people that you can bring yourself back to Newt Rockne. You can go. Now my mind.
Vince Lombardi. You want to seal here and you want to seal here.
He would be the student body buck sweep for sure. That was definitely him.
Someday you and I, if we're going to do this together for many years, we need to get down and watch tape, and you can teach me, oh wise one. Here's a pass on a quick slant intended for Spencer Sherwood. Now, Spencer's got to be careful.
Yeah.
He's lucky that the back judge was looking at the head linesman on the near side who threw the flag, because Spencer gave a little bit of a forearm shiver to the jaw of the guy in coverage after the guy in coverage is going to get called for pass interference.
Right. A great slant route. Guy jumps on it pretty early. Spencer frustrated that he didn't get a chance to get the ball. Got to let it go, and you got to get up and play again. So here we go. Nice 15-yard penalty. Gives the chance for the Greyhounds to move the ball. Ball spotted on the 35-yard of the Greyhounds.
So a nice pickup, if you will, on 3rd down and long, and the Greyhounds get a break. And a pass interference penalty on Muscatine. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 35. Just underway, 3rd quarter. Muscatine 26, Burlington still looking to score.
Jesse Bolander bringing in a play for the Greyhounds as they break the huddle.
Timberlake gives it to Tykel. Tykel Gordon off the left side. Nice gain of 4 up near the 40. Going to be stopped just short. Got to the 39 before he was driven backward by about 3 white shirts.
David Summers lead the tackle on the way there for the Muskies. That's the belly action, Scott, where the quarterback opens to the direction of where the ball carrier is running, and it looks like sweep coming around from the backside. Downhill play, try to get there fast. That's where Tykel is best at.
I have to get personal for just a minute. I've been looking for my son, trying to see where he's at this whole time. He's standing right there on the 45, right on the railing. Dude's a sports fan. Kids, I am brainwashed. I mean, I'm raising him right.
There's the buck.
And a sweep for us modern terminologists. That's going to be Messina around the left side. Tyler Messina got a gain of 5-ish up near the 44. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short of the 1st down.
Justice Corey and Ben Schweer on the tackle for the Muskies. Power football. 2 guards pull, 1 kicks, the other wraps around, looks for the linebacker on the inside. Messina, one of the harder runners on the Greyhound football team, did a nice job. Nice 3rd and short set up here for us. Could it be time for the shift again?
Well, we'll see where Christian Cordero goes, and he's not in the lineup, so no, I say no.
So they're staying in their base. 2-by-2 set.
Bolander right, Gravel left. Gordon behind Timberlake. Tykel will get his hit.
Watch where they stop their foot.
He hit at about the line to gain. He started right on the 45, and then he took a half yard back. So Tykell's going to be short of the first down by that half yard, about the length of a football.
Derek Webking, nice job of coming all the way from a safety spot to fill the hole there.
Uh-oh. Cordero's in the lineup.
It looks like their base set package coming out, and it looks like they're probably going to run that off tackle with the B-back.
If the personnel comes in flexing, does that indicate a heavy package?
Well, here's Christian flexed out.
Christian wide to the left. Now they do. Nobody jumped for Muscatine. I think they're on to it. A Crabtree, high snap went through his hands.
I don't know if we got set or was it delay.
Back judge threw the flag. It's a delay of game.
These are the things that do get frustrating. Got to get the play in and out. You got to get to the line quickly. Those are really more the sense of urgency things, Scott, that coaches try to teach their kids, is that you can't just jog to the line of scrimmage. You got to get there with a sense of urgency.
My guess is you have to play with a sense of urgency early so it's not so foreign late in the half.
But it's not. I mean, it's something that gets taught all the time.
Formation completely to the left for Burlington. It's going to be a keeper on a fake by Timberlake. Nice. Timberlake's got a couple of blockers in front of him, but he ran right up the back of David Gray. He's going to be brought down short of the first down as Gray was blocking number 5, Jackson Folk. And basically, by running up the backside of Gray, Folk was able just to put his arm out and bring Timberlake down.
You know what? Another week, another gutsy call. Special teams work by Coach Shea.
It's like the
pretty good design.
School of fake punting and kicking.
Well, you know, you got to do what you can do to spark your offense, spark your defense. And, you know, I give Coach Shea and the staff credit for doing that. Our kids continue to play hard.
So Luke Weichers in the Muscatine offense from the 42. Here's a give to Johnson, and Johnson's going to be brought down at the 40. Kevin Johnson. You know what? I've been messing that up all night. That's Soko. 26 is Soko.
Wegman and...
My apologies.
Yeah, Wegman and Crabtree on the tackle there. And we got a correction at halftime about the quarterback. It's Witchers. We had been calling them Wickers, so our apologies.
Witchers.
Yeah.
Hey, they're listening on the opposing sideline. Here's Soko now around the left side. Soko's got running room inside the 40, 35. Shakes out of a tackler at about the 32 and gains about 9 more to the 24.
Backside pursuit with Mosina and Wegman on the tackle there. Speed again. You're talking about one of the fastest guys in the state of Iowa. Once he makes that corner, makes it difficult. You got to have the right angles to get him taken down.
First down and 10 from the Greyhound 24. Wideouts right and left. Now here's Johnson right up the middle, and big number 24, Kevin Johnson, rolls his way, rumbles his way to the 15, short by about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Malik McClellan in on the tackle, throwing him down forward to make it a 2nd and short for the Muskies.
Now Soko and Johnson are in at the same time. I am in trouble. Soko right, Johnson left of Witchers. They give it to Johnson. Kevin Johnson off the right side, going to be brought down at the 12, but another Muscatine first down.
Get to hear Drake Yeager's name being called on the tackle there with the assist from Spencer Sherwood. Just going to run power off tackle, I think, Scott, through the clock a little bit. We got to get some pressure underneath. Zy Baker checks in for Tremel Tellis, try to get a little more beef up front, try to slow the push of the offensive line.
Under 7 minutes remaining, third quarter, 26-0, Muscatine on the march. Here's Soko. Soko wanted to go up off the right side. Instead, he stutter steps, plants his foot in the ground, and runs up the left side of the offensive line, right side of the defensive line, into the end zone for another touchdown, and it's 32-0.
Ran an inside stunt there, Scott, where we slanted into the strength of the formation. Muscatine did a really nice job. That was Brennan Salermi who did a nice job of kicking on Malik McClellan, and he's in for the score.
Logan Nugent in to try his 4th extra point. Snap is good, spot is good, and kick is good. The kid's been good from 45 and 49. Why not from 20 for 1 point? 6:42 remaining in the third. It's now 33-0. Muscatine leading Burlington. Back in 1 minute on KVUR and KVUR.com.
You drive a car, you own a home, and you need insurance on both. So why not see if you can save some money in the process? I'm Crystal of Carlos Capdevila Agency. When you insure both your home and your auto with American Family Insurance, you may qualify for a substantial money-saving discount. Interested? Call me at 752-1479.
American Family Insurance Mutual and Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Carlos Capdevila Agency supports local athletes.
We are your neighbors.
Your coworkers.
We're the future.
And we believe in our community.
And that, by shopping local,
Buying local.
And banking local.
We can create a healthier community.
making friends, building relationships.
Join us.
Case Bind Community Credit Union.
Keeping it local.
It's where you belong.
Case Bind Community Credit Union, conveniently located at 2115 Des Moines Avenue and 485 West Burlington Avenue. Federally insured through the NCUA and an equal opportunity housing lender.
Back here at Bracewell Stadium, Merrill A. Miller Senior Family Field. Almost at Logan A. Miller because Logan Nugent just kicked off, and it was an onside kick attempt. Leading 33-0, goes out of bounds, and the Greyhounds will take over first down and 10 from their own 44.
Well, the Muskies have certainly seen something over there on the right tackle position for the Greyhounds on their kickoff return team. Trying to get a piece of that, maybe trying to get to that proverbial 35-point spread. But,
which leads to an ethical question as a coach. You're up 9-0. Do you still hit and run and stuff just to get to a 10-run lead? That would be my question.
If I'm a baseball guy, I would say I'm going to just play baseball.
First down and 10 from the 44. We'll leave it right there. Timberlake rolls left, throws left, came up short of Josh Vorwerk. Vorwerk was open for a minute. Now there's a Greyhound down on the field. That's Tyler Messina. And
that doesn't look good.
Back judge immediately waving on the training staff. Kyle Peterson and Scott Linebaugh on their way out. Actually, that's not Kyle Peterson. I don't know our other trainer. But Messina is in a lot of pain. We're going to step away for a minute while they tend to him. Hopefully when we come back, we'll have an answer of at least how he leaves the field. 33-0 your score, 6.5 remaining third quarter. Back in a minute on KVUR and KVUR.com.
We are your neighbors.
Your coworkers.
We're the future.
And we believe in our community.
And that, by shopping local,
buying local,
and banking local,
we can create a healthier community.
Making friends, building relationships.
Join us.
Case Bind Community Credit Union.
Keeping it local.
It's where you belong.
Case Bind Community Credit Union, conveniently located at 2115 Des Moines Avenue and 485 West Burlington Avenue. Federally insured through the NCUA and an equal opportunity housing lender.
Since 1986, Dr. Kirk Masner has been serving the dental needs of Southeast Iowa, continually implementing the latest dental advances to provide optimum dental care for his patients. With the option of white tooth-colored fillings to the advances of zirconium metal-free crowns and bridges, and the addition of digital radiography, which reduces the amount of x-ray needed to just 1/8 the level of previous methods. Call for an appointment today, 752-5494. Masner Family Dentistry, helping you keep your smile.
Back here at Merrill A. Miller Senior Family Field at Bracewell Stadium, and Tyler Messina remains on his back at about the 44-yard line of Muscatine. And Ian, you said you wanted to talk. I'll ask you a question. You play football now. Do you ever have any concerns of getting hurt like this, or do you just go out there and play your best, and what happens, happens?
Play your best and do what happens, what happens.
So you don't worry about ever getting hurt like this?
Well, it'd be bad if you get hurt like that.
Well, it'd be bad, yeah. But you don't worry about it. You just go out and play and have fun.
Well, Scott,
I like to hear that because a lot of times if you play scared, it leads, believe it or not, to more injuries.
Well, now I know a couple things here for sure, Scott. Kyle Peterson is attending to Tykel Gordon here on the bench, which leaves Trevor Detman, the assistant freshman coach, who's also a fireman paramedic here, I believe, in Burlington, helping Tyler Messina off, and it seems to be his left leg. Not sure if it's knee or ankle, but that is not a good sign for the Greyhounds.
Can't put any weight on that left leg, whether it's his lower, you assume it's somewhere in his lower leg, but man, and the way he was laying there when he was on his back after he was done shifting weight from side to side, writhing as I called it, had his hands over his face, That's never a good sign, too. The player knows.
You really get worried when the official knows to call you in right away.
2nd and 10 from the 44 as we must resume play. And Cameron Crabtree off the right side stopped after a loss of 1 as getting through and dropping him immediately was a couple of white shirts led, I think, by Mr. Folk.
Jackson Folk, yeah. Ran just a little sprint draw off of that jet series action, trying to get him to over-pursue. Folk doing a nice job of staying home.
Halfway through quarter number 3, Scott Linebaugh now checking out the lower leg of Messina, his left leg, the one that's injured.
You really hope that it's not a break or anything like that.
Basketball player too, Tyler.
Tyler is the number 2 guard, I believe, is what they call it.
The shooting guard, the one who doesn't like to handle the ball as much, but fill up the hoop. Now another flag thrown by the back judge. Going to be a delay game. It is.
Delay
game penalty.
So it'll be 3rd down and 16 now, and I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I think I feel a sneeze coming on, so take over.
I'm going to tell you right now, looking at the staff, they said that they're going to go ahead and roll the play over. It's just one of those things. When you got somebody who's hurt and you can't get information all the time consistently, you got a new guy in there, Josh Warwick, who's been a mainstay on the defensive side for the Greyhounds. Now having to bring some plays in on the offensive side.
Jesse Bolander to the left, Warwick to the right. Crabtree behind Timberlake. Crabtree with the handoff, and he takes it across the 40, back near the line of scrimmage when this set of first downs started. He's 2 yards short of there to be 3rd down or make it 4th down and 12 as they spot it at the 42.
Yep, nice tackle there by Matt Krall and Joe Bartling on the stop for the Greyhounds. It looks like they're going to go get set up to punt again as Christian Cordero comes back into the ballgame. In comes Spencer. Tyler Connor was going to make his way onto the field.
Timberlake back at his own 27, received the snap, punts it away. Again, pressure from his left side, hits at the 37. Takes a Greyhound roll, and we're road dead at the 31 as the wind begins to pick up just a bit.
Owen Tanner on the kill shot there to give the ball to the official.
Wind now blowing more out of the east, it would appear, than the north, which it was blowing at earlier when Logan Nugent was able to hit field goals in the first half from 45 and 49.
Almost as a swirling wind, which you don't get very much down here at Bracewell Stadium. You don't know what it's like down on the field. Up here in the press box, things seem to swirl around pretty well.
So 1st down and 10, Muscatine from their own 31. And Witchell with the turnaround and
nice
handoff
bounce back. Block in the back.
Soko, and Soko's going to take it around the left side, and now another Burlington Greyhound player on the field. It looks like Vorwerk at the 35. Soko gained about 10.
Yep, tackle on the play there by Spencer Sherwood, assisted by Jackson Gravel. It looked like a block in the back on the far side there when Soko jumped out and burst around the side there. I'm not totally sure if I saw that correctly. But again, here come Scott Linebaugh and Trevor Detman. They'll look at him. Coach Shea making his way out as well. I got to tell you, you gotta stay alert at all times here. This is the kind of things where you don't want things to get away from you physically.
Well, we've talked about this. I talked about it last year, I know, and maybe even the year before. But Muscatine is one of those programs that, if you look back at their history of football dating back to, say, the early to mid-'80s, it was a fairly downtrodden program. We're talking consistently 1 win, no win seasons, 2 win seasons at most. And they've really seen a culture change over the course of 25 years to where they're always pretty good. Some years they're really good, but most of the time they're at least pretty good and will challenge anybody in the state. As seen, they've played Bettendorf tough. They've played Davenport Assumption tough. They're a good football program now.
Right. And the thing is, again, as our world has gotten smaller, so to speak, Scott, you get better travel and you can commute more places. Having come into the Burlington in 1990, seeing the growth of Highway 61 and the way the landscape has played itself out. As I said, Stop Show, it's been a nice bedroom community for them, and it gives them a chance to have more people come into their area.
Josh Vorwerk continues to lay on the field at about the 34-yard line.
Yeah. And he's been down a long time, and again, like Tyler, like Tykel, you hope it's nothing too serious so that they can at least get back up and get ready for next week.
We'll step away for a minute while they continue to tend to Josh Vorwerk. 4:55 remaining third quarter. Muscatine still leads 33-0 on KBUR at KBUR.com.
Oktoberfest on the river is back. Saturday, October 3rd from 4 to 10 p.m. Stop by the Port of Burlington and enjoy homemade German dishes, including cabbage rolls, sauerkraut and potato soup, grilled brats, smoked pork, plus a variety of German beers provided by Flex Sales. Eat, be merry, and dance to the tunes of Malik's Fishermen, Lyle Beaver Quartet, and Herbie's Little German Band. Tickets $7 in advance at local financial institutions, the Iowa Store, Win Heralds, or from any Lions member, or $10 at the door.
We are your neighbors.
Your coworkers.
We're the future.
And we believe in our community.
And that, by shopping local,
Buying local.
And banking local.
We can create a healthier community.
making friends, building relationships.
Join us.
Case Pine Community Credit Union.
Keeping it local.
It's where you belong.
Case Pine Community Credit Union, conveniently located at 2115 Des Moines Avenue and 485 West Burlington Avenue. Federally insured through the NCUA and an equal opportunity housing lender.
Back here at Merrill A. Miller Senior Family Field at Bracewell Stadium as they continue to tend to Josh Vorwerk, and this is never good. Now, this is not a lower body injury, it would appear, as he was being attended to. His initial injury area seemed to be lower gut, if you will, lower abdomen, upper hip.
Yeah. Scott, I was telling you when we were off the air, back before we had the beautiful field turf.
You said a fun injury story, and I didn't know there was
funny.
such a thing.
Back in 2000, 1999, 2000, when we were still grass, we unfortunately had a broken leg. One of our players broke their leg down here on the south end zone. And so we had to call for an ambulance. Ambulance came. And when I say was a very large young man, he was extremely large. And they tried to cart him off the field on the gurney that would get into the... But the ground was so wet because it had been raining, the wheels were starting to sink. So they had to lift him for about 30 yards until we got onto the track area. And you can laugh now because
he's fine.
He's well, and he's all those things, living well. But those who attended him needed a little extra time once they got to hard surface because they had to catch their breath. And they got him in the ambulance, and like I said, he's doing well, and he's been fine and on his own, was able to play the next year or so. But
you know what's sad, and I don't mean to go the other direction, but after what happened to the young man last week in Pennsylvania with the lacerated spleen, which those of you Bear fans remember, that's the same injury Jim McMahon had in 1984. You just worry. You don't think it would ever happen here, and I'm not saying that Josh Vorwerk is... Soko takes it off the left side, or no, that was actually Johnson.
Yep, with Malik McClellan on the tackle there.
He's holding his side in his lower abdomen, and it's sad that the first thing that goes through your head is how severe is it?
Well, right now, looking at Scott Linebaugh, he just seems to be looking at the rib area.
2nd and 8. Witchell rolls right, overshoots his receiver. Good coverage on the play by Drake Hohenfanner, intended for David Summers.
Yep, nice job on the coverage there. Beautiful thing about high school football, you can have contact all the way until the ball's in the air, and that's exactly what Drake did. Got himself in position, just ran with him, and then was able to look back, and the ball was overthrown.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8. Ball resting on the Muskie 44. 33-0 your score midway through quarter number 3. Witchell back to pass.
A little pressure on there.
Throws deep down the left side. Has a man begging for some interference. Is Drew Greenhaw, but nothing doing.
Man.
It'll be 4th down and 8.
Nice coverage. We got to get it. Colin Mosier. Colin's got a chance to get in as the backup to Josh Vorwerk on the other side corner, and does a nice job using his length to be able to get some pressure on there. So nice job making the Muskies kick the ball away.
Travis Bogart come in and punt it away. Could be. Is this a second punt, perhaps?
No, he's punted a couple times.
Oh,
nice
rugby punt.
there.
I forgot. Bogart with a nice kick.
Got
Punts it
everybody
from the
away,
left
get in
hash
end zone.
up the near
Yes,
sideline
thank
into
you,
the end
touchback.
zone. That's a 56-yard punt, net of 36, as the Greyhounds will take over at their own 20. A traditional punt that time, no rugby punt, just 2 steps and kick it away.
You know what I really enjoy seeing? I love watching Coach Sherwood out there really giving the encouragement to those guys for a nice defensive stand, letting them know they did their job, giving us a chance to get the ball back. Again, you continue to see our guys fight. We got to play smart. And the other thing that I've really enjoyed is the fact that we've got the mentality of the next man in. Colin Mosier does a nice job for us on defense.
Jesse Bolander split wide to the left. Timberlake behind center, gets the snap, gives it to Crabtree. Off tackle left side, cuts it upfield, gain of 2, now a late flag.
Counter tray again with Spencer Sherwood as the puller, kicking out so Cameron can run back inside of him.
Holding on Burlington.
Got Jackson the lot again. Hate to see that.
Gain 6 feet, now you're going to lose 30.
Asking the question of how they're considering holding, the offensive staff is of Greyhound.
Well, a walk-off of 8 yards when it's all said and done. Again, holding a spot foul, so walked it off back to the 12. It'll be first down and 18 now.
Here's that trips look again, Scott, that we've seen pretty much through the night for the Greyhounds.
Timberlake again gives to Crabtree, same play as the one before, and Cameron's going to push his way forward across the 15 to about the 17. I was going to say Cordero looks like he thinks maybe he should have gotten more because he didn't get a block as far downfield as he wanted.
He was mad. He was getting downfield and he was putting his block onto number 32 Brandon Kovac, and Brandon slipped off, and just a little bit of frustrating. You got to keep your head up when you're moving a guy down.
Gravel left, Mosier right. Crabtree still behind Timberlake. Sherwood and Cordero to the right side. Now a little swing pass out to Spencer Sherwood. Is a little play action fake going to the right. Spin around by Timberlake and over a defender to Sherwood, but only a gain of 2.
Nice little play action screen right there, but Johnson with the tackle, and now Spencer got a little limp like he got a little shot.
Well, he was holding his hand before that play.
Yeah, but right now he's limping off to his right side. Johnson made a really nice hard tackle on the near sideline here, so Bolander goes in for Sherwood. We got 9 seconds to get this play, and we may have to call a timeout.
2.5 minutes remaining in the third.
I don't think we're going to get it.
Nope. 5-yard delay of game going to be taken, or did they get a... Okay, now a flag comes out. Nobody threw a flag. The head linesman on the near side took it out of his pocket and said, "Hey, White Hat, this is out. Go ahead and call it."
Yeah. And you could just see when Spencer kind of came limping out, they're trying to look for that extra split end. Bolander did a nice job of jumping in to get the play. Just not enough time. You got to get in. You got to hustle and go. Offensive staff has signaled that we're just going to recycle the play that we called the first time.
5 yards up on the play before, taken away by a 5-yard penalty. Third down, 16 from the 14. Crabtree, right side, gain of 2. So it'll be fourth down and about 14 as Cameron Crabtree was able to get to the 16.
Kovac and Greenhaw on the tackle for the Muskies, and we're going to switch out personnel to get ready to punt. Got to get a count because I know Spencer's on there. Looks like we got everybody in.
David Summers back at midfield to retrieve the punt by Austin Timberlake.
Looks like they're setting up for the return, Scott.
Austin from his own 6, end over end kick. Going to hit on the far side at about the 40. Takes
loose ball.
Ball on the ground. Did Cameron Crabtree come up with it? The Greyhounds say he did. Summers tried to make a play on a hop.
Nice
and
job.
got bitten as Cameron Crabtree able to fall on the football at the 46.
Little sense of overconfidence, I think, by the Muskies. Trying to do something maybe they should have just let go and let the ball run. Cameron Crabtree, Johnny on the spot, bringing out an old school phrase for you.
Hey, that has always been my call for a fumble recovery.
Oh, my
goodness.
goodness.
Didn't use it this time.
All right.
So subliminally, you knew that. Every time you were on the sideline, you knew I was saying Johnny on the spot.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Scott.
Stolen phrase. Cullen McLaughlin in for the first time. You're way back to the left side. Timberlake going to roll right, or make that left, rather, if I got my directions right. Directions are hard. Had to run out of bounds as he was pursued by Summers and use the sideline as a 12th defender, a loss of 1.
Cullen coming back off a shoulder injury that kind of sidelined him for much of his freshman year, deep into his sophomore year, so it's nice to see him get on the field and get some action for the Greyhounds.
Actually, they spotted back at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Ian, you can talk after this play, all right? You wanted to say something, so get it ready. You're on deck. Yeah, no, I heard you. You went, oh. So your turn next.
No.
Second and
power.
Cameron Crabtree off the right side, a gain of 1. Your thoughts? People love to hear you. I don't know why. Is it because you're cute, because you're 8, and they think you have football knowledge?
No.
Why do they like you?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Derek Webking on the stop for the Muskies.
Maybe I'm young.
John, when it's 33-0, not all talk can be about football.
Yeah, I believe it can.
Well,
that's who I am. Just like if we were talking about the Cardinals.
Well, yeah, but if they were down 10-0, I'd have to talk about something else.
Talk about a real team, the Red Sox, or the Greyhound football team.
77-81. 3rd down and 9 from the 47. Crabtree back to pass. Throws it down the right side. Wants gravel between 2 defenders. And a nice one-handed interception by Drew Greenhaw as he went up. Stuck his left hand up and pulled it into his gut. Falls on his back. Gets the wind knocked out of him, but an interception nonetheless.
Man, another good concept. They just had it scouted out. Crabtree did all that he could to get the ball down there. Gravel going up to his highest point. Greenhaw.
I know that Cameron Crabtree is not necessarily going to be able to pick this up, but is that a play perhaps where you tell Cameron, look, it's going to be a half-tack option, but it's an option because if the guy's in double coverage, you need to go ahead and keep it and try to get the way you can.
And it is. And and I know that particular play is set up that way. But again, you're sitting at 33-0. You're trying to move the ball downfield. You're trying to make a big play. So you take your shot.
51 seconds remaining. Trips to the right side. 3rd quarter action. Muscatine going to give it to Soko, who takes it right off the right side. He's got running room up across the 40 to the 45, a gain of 14 yards and another first down.
Stop on the play there by number 77 for the Greyhounds, if I'm coming through with that correctly. No, I missed it. Who do we have, Scott? I don't have that on my list.
I'll get to it in a minute. Soko again, this time off the left side. Midfield in the ground territory. Stood up and drugged down on the far side by Adam Wegman. Or make that gravel.
And that's who was on the tackle on the first play. I got a little stretched jersey there. The thing that's interesting, Scott, is watching Soko. He is a soccer player, and Coach Mueller found him on the soccer field and asked him to come out for football. You can see that in his footwork on the field.
Let's correct you in a minute. 2nd and 2 from the 48. And a flag on the play before the play kick. It's the soccer pitch, not the field. Soccer pitch.
But where is it
in America? You probably say the Cardinals lost by 2 points.
No, never. It's always runs.
Okay, thank you.
It's always runs. Never points.
Right, Ian?
But here's the other thing. Do you say the larger score first or the smaller score first?
Pet peeve. You will never hear me say Burlington lost to Muscatine 0-33.
Never.
Or if you were saying football, it could be 2 points.
Okay. That'll do it for the 3rd quarter as John and I get into the intricacies of the English language here in about 1 minute.
Vernacular.
33-0 your score. Muscatine still leads the Greyhounds. Back in 1 minute. 4th quarter on the way. Put your 4 fingers in the air. 36 in the books. 12 to go on KBUR. KBUR.com.
Winning. It's what we do.
It's blocked. It's picked up. It's into the end zone. Iowa. Touchdown. Touchdown, Iowa.
Or be hit.
Here's Fulmorgan drilled in the back. That's a loss of 6.
Hear all of the hard-hitting action right here.
Iowa travels to Wisconsin this Saturday. Pre-game at 9, kickoff at 11. Brought to you by Merschman Furniture, Bob Dodds Insurance in Danville, K-Spine Community Credit Union, and by Standard of Beaverdale on News Radio 1490 KBUR.
You drive a car, you own a home, and you need insurance on both. So why not see if you can save some money in the process? I'm Crystal of Carlos Capdevila Agency. When you insure both your home and your auto with American Family Insurance, you may qualify for a substantial money-saving discount. Interested? Call me at 752-1479.
American Family Insurance Mutual and Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Carlos Capdevila Agency supports local athletes.
Back here at Merrill A. Miller Senior Family Field, and we begin the fourth quarter with a Soko run off the right side. And Alfonso Soko hops over a tackler or two down near the 40 of Burlington for another Muscatine first down.
Cameron Crabtree there with the tackle from behind for the Greyhounds. Got to give ourselves one solid quarter here, one more solid quarter. Give ourselves a chance to get on the board here.
So do you put the losing score first?
No, never. Counter tray.
Soko again, and ball on the. Did I see a ball on the ground? I thought I did. I guess not.
Kind of scored it out, but Mason Hartman and James Anderson in on the stop for the Greyhounds. I think I think you're going to see a lot of inside runs.
Gain
here
of 7
from here on out, Scott.
Gain of 7 to the 33. 11 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter of this one. 33-0. Muscatine on top. 2nd and 3 from just outside the 33. Witchers gives it to Soko. No, that's Johnson coming near side, then reverses it. Far side, right side of the offense, left side of the defense, and Alfonso Johnson into the end zone. Or make that Kevin Johnson as Alfonso Soko. Kevin Johnson with a touchdown from 33 yards out. And it's 39-0.
Scott, one of the things that you always coach your kids, especially the backside run pursuit, is you do not chase from behind the line. You step over the line of scrimmage and wait for the offensive ball carrier to go across the line of scrimmage before you pursue. Guys on the backside didn't do that. Johnson was able to come back and get in the end zone for the score.
Against the grain, as they say it on the NFL broadcast. Nugent in to try the extra point. Loops it between the uprights. That actually wasn't Nugent, I don't think. That was a new kicker into the ballgame. I think that was Derek Whoopking. So Whoopking with the extra point. And with 10:58 remaining in the fourth, it's now Muscatine 40 and Burlington nothing. Back in 1 minute, continuous clock from here on out unless the Greyhounds get it inside 35 on KBUR and KBUR.com.
To coin an old phrase, we've come a long way, baby. This is Jerry Sherwood. 50 years ago, we started the Sherwood Company with 2 master sewers. Our main focus was utilitarian awnings to protect goods displayed in business storefronts from sun damage. As we moved into the 70s, we saw those awnings begin to shout inviting messages to potential passing customers. That is when the Sherwood Company's niche was born. Unique designs on a canvas background with first impressions that last.
We still do canvas in its modern versions, backlit and architecturally integrated. But today, the Sherwood Company's design team can also incorporate programmable, changeable video and LED signage into any business signscape, inviting customers with come do business here messages. It's been quite a 50-year journey from the days of canvas to the cutting-edge technology of Bracewell Stadium's virtual scoreboard. Give us a call today. Let us help you design your first impressions that last.
Kickoff after the Muscatine touchdown by Kevin Johnson. Cameron Crabtree with an 11-yard kickoff return out to the 29-yard line. Continuous clock as the clock continues to run at 10:44 now.
Should start seeing some new faces on both sides of the ball.
Timberlake still in at quarterback. Crabtree to his left. Jesse Bolander split wide to the right side. McLaughlin, your way back to the right side. Timberlake's going to keep it off the right side, and it's going to be dropped after a gain to the 33. Give him 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brought down what I'm going to believe is going to be Zach Miller, the junior outside linebacker for the Muskies.
Bolander limps off the field. So the injury concerns starting to mount up.
Beat up tonight, Scott.
Tycho Gordon hasn't been in for about a quarter. Josh Vorwerk is sitting on the sidelines now with a blanket over his shoulder with Tyler Messina.
All 3 of them are trying to be covered up here, trying to...
Vorwerk has his shoulder pads off as well, so he's done for the night. Crabtree with the direct snap. Takes it off the left side. Gets across the 35 to the 36. It'll be third down and short, about 2 to go as they set the stick on the far side between the 36 and 37.
Noah Osland on the play for the... Be a good shot. Just power, get the first down. Maybe get yourself a chance to throw something on first down here, Scott.
Ball spotted at the 37. 3rd and 2. 40-0 your score. Muscatine on top. Greyhounds trying to save a little face at this point, trying to get something on the scoreboard. Crabtree again off the right side.
Hole.
Nice hole across the 40 to the 42. Now a late flag. That's probably going to be a face mask.
Well, Colton Crabtree, of all people, for the Muskies on the tackle there, seemed to be a little extra zealous.
Probably a cousin. There's something family going back.
But Cameron certainly is rolling his head a little bit, trying to shake that off.
Yeah, because he said, I can't believe my cousin did that to me.
That could make for a very tenuous
Thanksgiving's going to be tense.
Yeah.
They aren't cousins.
How do you know? Ian's not even wearing his headphones. Now, whenever he wants to say something, he just picks them up, puts that microphone in front of his mouth. They aren't cousins.
First down for the Greyhounds as Jackson Gravel brings in the play.
By the way, he's got no idea if they're cousins or not.
No, none of us do. But we're going to go ahead and make that assumption.
Christmas is going to be tough. No presents for the Muscatine Crabtrees.
Only Cole.
First down and 10 from the 48 of Burlington. Timberlake right up the middle. Gets a good block.
Get outside. Get to the house.
40, 35, 30. One man to beat. 20, 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Greyhounds.
Nice run. Nice blocking set up by the front 5 of the Greyhounds. Josh Walrick and Jackson Ballant, along with Taj Gordon there, leading the way.
52 yards on the touchdown run by Austin Timberlake.
Did a nice job of busting out to the outside edge, and then it was just foot speed to the end zone.
Started up the middle, and then put his right foot in the ground, accelerated to the outside, to the right side of the defense.
Check this. Are we going for 2?
No,
looks like they're going heavy.
No, now they are.
Looks like they're going to take the delay.
No. Play clock at 15. Counting down.
Need to be back.
Now Mason Hartman late into the game. Got to get set.
Nope.
Not set. Threw a flag.
Good.
Short of the goal line, so the 2-point conversion does not. Oh no, they gave it to him.
No, they didn't give it to him, and I'm okay with that.
He did. The near side official, Cameron Crabtree, was stopped at the 1. The near side official put his hands in the air to indicate touchdown.
Here we go. We're going to go regular offense if they're going to move the ball back, put it back on.
Well, no, Muscatine's going to decline the penalty and take the result of the play, which is short of the goal line. So it's 40-6 with 8:31 remaining. So we're back under 35 points. So regular clock rules from this point forward.
Good to see. Get a stop here. Get a chance to get the ball back.
.8:31 remaining in the ball game. Greyhounds get on the scoreboard tonight. 40-6. And now, as John said, you want to build on that momentum as you start looking toward next week and a road date at Iowa City High.
Do you onside kick here? One of the things that have been twice. Do you kick it deep and get a good defensive stand? You know, those are things that Coach Shea and the staff are talked about as they come out.
The way Muscatine is capable of moving the football, I come down on the side of put as much green space between them and the end zone as you can.
Well,
so you kick it deep.
As you look at Muscatine's kickoff return team, they have signaled in for the hands team with Mr. Johnson there deep.
Johnson about 20 yards away from the ball, which sits on the X. Now he's scooting back to the 30, so he's 30 yards away.
And we're not even getting into our bunch formation to try to sneak it. We're just going to kick it away, probably get it down around the numbers around the 30 or the 20.
Moser with the approach.
Coming right.
Away. Coming near side.
Back
Johnson has to run to it. Greyhound roll down to the 7. Johnson just grabs it with his knee on the ground at the 7, and that's where Muscatine will start.
Get the ball on the 7. Good job by the kickoff team to cover that. Just cruising just a little bit. Colin Moser gets to stay in and play this short side corner. Had done a very nice job in replacement of Josh Warwick.
Be interested to talk to Coach Shea after the game to talk about the injuries to the 3 players, Messina, Vorwerk, and Tykel Gordon. Spencer Sherwood now joins those 3 on the bench as well. Drake Yeager takes a knee by himself near midfield.
Cameron Crabtree comes out. Jesse Bolander in for him as the linebacker.
New quarterback into the ball game. And that's a keeper across the 10 by Jackson Folk. Folk with a run up to the about the 12.
Tellis, Hohenthaler on the stop for the Greyhounds. You gotta make these runs shorter. You gotta get us into a punch situation, give us a chance to get the ball back.
Call it the 13, a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Anderson at nose, Baker as the defensive end to this side.
Folk in a shotgun once again. Tailback behind him. We'll get you his name in a second as he's got the football now off the left side, being drugged down from behind. That's number 36. It's Justice Corey. Or Corey Justice. I've seen this happen before where they put, everything is last name first or first name first, and then they switch it for one kid. So it's either Corey Justice or Justice Corey.
Tyron Mack, excuse me.
Mack Tyron.
On a tackle with his first action tonight for the Greyhounds. Nice to see him get in and get some snaps.
I'm going with Corey Justice just because that sounds...
Man with 2 first names.
Yeah, and that's what makes it tough. Play clock at 5. 3rd down and 1. Keeper.
Volk again.
Volk off the left side. He's going to be hit by Bolander and brought down at about the 22, but not before another Muscatine first down.
Nice stop by Baker. A little bit too far downfield a little bit. We got to get a little more pressure up front at the point of attack, but Zai did a nice job of getting off his block, coming backside to get that tackle. Of course, Jesse in the right spot.
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Kumar and Lewis in at nose for the Greyhounds, along with Alex Johnson as the linebacker.
Folk with the give to Corey Justice, and Justice hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped by about 3 white. Dick Mellinger saying Justice Corey.
Okay.
Of course, he's probably going with the way it reads. So.
Yeah. Alex Johnson on the tackle. Adam Moeller makes his debut tonight for the Greyhounds, senior guard and outside linebacker for the Greyhounds.
Smile, John.
Hey, we're on.
That's for all the YouTubers out there. We're now internet legends. John Flaherty, Scott Mason.
Sometimes in our own mind. Jesse Bolander coming on the stunt, off the counter tray.
Corey with the carry again, a run blitz, and it's going to pay dividends as Corey only able to get back to the line of scrimmage, not much more. It'll be 3rd down and long as we tick down toward the halfway mark here in quarter number 4.
Moeller and Bolander. Nice job on those guys. Getting a nice push by Zai and Q from the front. Not really wanting to run the Trammell side here, the waning moments of the game.
2 left, 1 right once again. Nugent, your wide out far to the right side.
Bolander coming again.
Volk with the keeper. Play action, kept it and run. He's going to be driven down at the 25, well short of the 1st down.
Kumar and Lewis right there with Tyron Mack on the tackle. Good job by those guys. Get us a chance to get the ball back, get our offense on the field, try to get some more points on the board.
5:15 and counting remaining here in the 4th quarter. Jackson Gravel dropping back to midfield, trying to see how far he should go to get Bogart's punt. I don't know if Bogart's a great last name anymore. Because you think of Humphrey,
but Xander.
That's true. Well, that's Bogart's. Bogart's kick going to hit at about the 46, and
wouldn't that be the same?
Go out of bounds at the 41. No, it used to be when I was a kid.
Yeah.
If you Bogarted something,
it was bogus.
It was bad.
Yeah, bogus.
So to have the name Bogart now, I don't know. Do kids still give other kids flack? Do they Bogart things?
Do kids still give a you?
But I mean,
work in the middle school. Do they
Bogart
it goes on
things
all the time? I don't think they use the term Bogarts anymore.
Well, then Travis is off the
found their own internet.
Maybe they Mason stuff
vocabulary.
Now. Maybe they, boy, you really Mason that one. Boy, did you see that Flaherty that kid did? 1st and 10 Greyhounds from the 41. Crabtree, direct snap. Sweeping it around the right
chance to
side.
get
He's
the
got
corner.
Tyler Connor in front of him. He's got running room.
Nice
40,
block, Tip.
35, 30, 25, 20.
Get to the house.
15, 10,
Get there.
5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Greyhounds.
Tyler Connor, the backup quarterback for the Greyhounds. Great job on the edge. Not one, but two Muskie defenders he blocked so that Cameron gets to the end zone, and we get to hear the gun one more time.
And the great thing about this, if you're the Muscatine coaching staff, is that with a lot of backups in there, you can say, that's why there are starters and that's why there are backups.
There's a reason why
There's
you
a
are
reason
where you
why.
are.
59 yards on the touchdown run, but that was a great block by the quarterback, as it were. Tyler Connor into the ballgame, springing Crabtree down the near side, and then Cameron showed his speed. Going for two of the Greyhounds. Crabtree again going to follow Connor right side into the end zone. That was easy.
Tyler again.
2-point conversion for the Greyhounds with 4:39 remaining in the fourth. It's now Muscatine 40, Burlington coming on. It's 40-14 on KBUR and KBUR.com.
Well, it's that time of year again when things are really hopping at Standard of Beaverdale and Beckman TV and Appliance. It seems like every time you head to Standard, there are people shopping, picking up their orders, buying new tools, and working with staff to design kitchens, decks, garages, even new homes. And that's a good thing. With fall and winter in sight, everyone needs to get their home improvement projects sealed up before the weather turns. It's the perfect time to add insulation or replace your weather stripping. Even though it's busy at Standard of Beaverdale, they will always do their very best to provide you with top-notch products and top-notch service, even helpful suggestions to make your project easier. You may have to wait for a couple of minutes, but Standard believes the service you'll get when it's your turn is well worth the wait. And now's the time to get new appliances for your kitchen and laundry room, or a bigger TV for your family room from Beckman TV and Appliance. There's even time to get that new kitchen for the holidays. Come see why this place is so popular. Standard of Beaverdale and Beckman TV and Appliance, just north of exit 258 out the Beaverdale Road.
40-14 your score after Cameron Crabtree takes it in from 59 yards out, and Colin Moser has it back on the team. We're ready to go. 4.5 remaining in regulation as Moser kicks it on the near side. Again, kind of a pitch that just kind of settles on the green. A nice backward spin, and it settles 19 yards from the hole.
Call that the sky kick, Scott, in the Greyhound vernacular.
It's really creative. It goes really high, so you call it the sky kick.
Some would call it bloop, but
must have borrowed that from the Flaherty playbook.
I think it's a generic kicking game playbook, but yes, it was in ours as well.
Or something like that.
I'm not sure that football staffs would say, let's go rainbow, unless you are from the University of Hawaii.
Yeah, but if you said it with a deep
rainbow.
Coach's voice, rainbow, rainbow, rainbow.
You might as well just call it Rambo.
Like Sherwood's down there, and he's yelling rainbow. I mean, you're not thinking
it's
colors.
not going to come off right.
All right. So first and 10, Muscatine from their own 19-yard line. 2 to the left, 1 to the right.
Senior Michael War makes his way out onto the field for the Greyhounds, and Adam Muller now plays safety.
I was going to say, when was the last time you saw number 68 at safety? Here's Folk on a keeper around the left side. He's got about 7 up to the 26, maybe the 27. We just saw a safety with the number of 68.
Yeah, that's Tony Dewald was the last that we saw as a safety, number 63.
Really?
For the Greyhounds, I remember that. Tony, a great player for the Greyhounds back in his day.
One of the undersized linemen on offense who played a skill position, if you were, on defense.
And just a intense terror. Almost, I'd love having Tony around.
You see Tony on the street now, and he still looks intense, and he still looks like he could suit up and probably knock your block off.
Yeah, and that'd be all right with me. Alex Houseal makes his entrance into the ballgame, and it looks like Brian Castaneda, as the defensive end, checks in. Zy Baker moves to the other side.
That was enough for a first down up to the 29. Clock will run now at 4 minutes remaining.
They're looking at the clock, Scott. They're going to milk this thing all the way down to 2 or 1.
Folk with the handoff to Cole. Do we decide that's his last name, correct?
Yep.
Corey. Corey.
And Baker on the stop there.
Gain of 8 up to the 37-yard line. So it'll be second down and 2.
Got to get another stop. That would be really good. Kind of a base formation. Michael War out there on the island all by himself. On the far side of the field, here comes Bolander, and
that's Corey once again off the right side this time. Has been working to the left. Now he goes off tackle right, and he's stopped for no gain.
They kind of forgot about Jackson Gravel. Brian Castaneda gets in on a tackle along with Adam Moeller. That little pressure doing the Greyhounds well. A lot of people would ask, Scott, why didn't you do this earlier? Well, they did. And it's just a matter of bodies being able to be successful. Not much has changed in the game plan for the Greyhounds.
So 3rd down and 2 from the 37-yard line of Muscatine. 2 left, 1 right. Here's Corey.
Nice
Corey hit
job.
from behind and dropped inside the 35 by Mr.
Alex
Nelson.
Johnson. Yeah, Alex Nelson. I kept calling him Alex Johnson 2 plays. Nice job,
He and his
Alex.
brother Ben are the low to the ground people. Not very big, but play with a lot of heart.
Saw a lot of the graduated Greyhounds from last year. Blake Anderson, Garrett Grimshaw, Ben Nelson, Wes Johnson all came down from Iowa City to cheer on the Greyhounds as the Hawkeyes are out of town this weekend. Correct, Scott?
That is correct. They
They're
play
up in
Madison, Wisconsin tomorrow. Kickoff at 11. Pregame show with Dolphin the Boys at 9 o'clock right here on KBUR and KBUR.com. Bogart with a kick, end over end. Going to be fair caught by Gravel at the 32.
Be nice, Scott, to get one more, wouldn't it?
Would. Yeah, and especially in an explosive. I'd love to see Cameron Crabtree once again.
Colin
Get
McLaughlin
some space and get out and show his wheels again.
Yeah, and you know what? He's needed to get untracked. He's done real well. Cole Nelson makes his way into the ball game for the Greyhounds. Michael War moves over to the offensive side as the S-back. And Tyler Connor called the signals for the Greyhounds.
And Jesse Bolander splits wide out to the right side. Colin McLaughlin, still your wingback to the right side. Mason Hartman, what is he?
He is the B-back.
The B-back. And he goes into the hole, a direct snap to Tyler Connor, and Tip gets across the 35 to about the 37.
Yeah, good run for him.
So we're going with Tip, right?
Yep.
That's his nickname. I know on Facebook he goes by Tip Chong. All one word. T-I-P-C-H-O-N-G. Tip Chong.
Brady Wissinger, senior offensive guard, makes his way in for the Greyhounds as well.
That's what we should do, is go by everybody's Facebook nicknames if they have something wild out there.
I don't get a chance to be on as much.
Oh, I do. 2nd down and 4.
Michael War running to the edge.
What's he good for? Well, in this case, he's good for about a 2-yard loss. Did you see what I did there?
I did.
War.
I caught the reference.
Good.
That was good. That was good on you.
1 minute remaining in this one. 40-14 Muscatine. The Muskies will improve to 5-1.
Zach Miller on the tackle for the Muskies.
Grounds will drop to 1-5 as Jackson Gravel leaves the game. Go ahead. Hey, actually, call this play. I want to hear what you can do. Call this play. Play-by-play
style. Call red 6. Oh.
Play-by-play style.
All right, here we go. Here we are set up in the tight formation, the base, power right. Michael Ward gets set up. They're going to be running the 8 outside sweep with the bounce, stiff arm.
Nobody knows what 8 is.
I do.
Nobody knows what 8 is. It's a sweep around the right side. Now, Ian knows what 8 is because they're teaching 3rd and 4th.
I thought this was we're talking about a savvy audience.
Yeah. Touche.
Okay,
well played.
so there you
go. So a loss back to the 36.
So here we go, 4th down.
You got some work to do, rookie. Now I think they're going to call him off the field. No more plays.
No, I think they're going to call a timeout and try to get one more.
No, I think they're just pulling them off, and they're going to line up and walk it off. The Greyhounds will lose this one 40-14. That'll do it. All 48 have been put in the books. Muscatine improves to 5-1. Burlington falls to 1-5. The pregame, or the postgame show rather, begins in 2 minutes on KBUR and KBUR.com. Coach Shea going to join us on the postgame show, as he always does, as my son, if you're watching on YouTube later on next week, is sleeping in between us. That's all right. You know, the sugar rush goes by the wayside, and this is what kids do, I guess. So
he's in a diabetic coma.
Yeah, he is. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach John and I have been talking in the postgame show about the things you can hang your hat on, and one of those is that I think even though they had one big play that I can remember, the 46-yard run by Soko, you really made them pretty much work for their points tonight, and that's not something a lot of defense have been able to accomplish this year.
Well, you know, I think we ran a little 3-3 stack, a little 3-5 that We wanted to try and make them block us in space as opposed to, our base defense where they can get man-on-man. So we tried to do that, and it helped us. You think about the first half, they drove the field on the first drive. We struggled there, and then they had the explosion pass play, but that was 13 points, and then we gave them the other 13. It's 26-0. And a state-ranked team, you can't do that. So it just came down to detail and discipline on some certain things, and it might have been a different first half, and then you come out with a different demeanor in the second. But I think our adjustment defensively helped us a little bit.
Well, and we were also pleased. We talk about this a lot, and sometimes, when you're struggling on a scoreboard, you do have to hang your hat on moral victories and effort, and the fact that you get 2 long touchdown runs in the fourth quarter when the game's been well decided, but you still have Austin Timberlake, your starting quarterback, playing hard. You still have Cameron Crabtree, your starting tailback, playing hard. Both of them go in from 50-plus to make it a more respectable 40-14. But, again, when you're looking for leadership, we talked about it in the pregame show, when you're looking for leaders, that's the type of kids you want out there, the kids who are, no matter the score, are going to continue to give max effort.
Well, like I told them in the locker room, seniors, we have 3 weeks left. It's about the seniors and trying to get our first district win in, the 2 years we've been in district play. So we got to continue to come and practice in, the way that we need to practice with great effort. But what I said is, when the seniors come back in a year, 2 years, or 3 years, when we're having success and we're winning, because that's truly where I believe this program is headed with the success we're having at those lower levels. Right now they're setting the foundation of, how we got to, operate on a daily basis with the detail and the discipline. And I know at times we didn't look as disciplined as we should. We got some delay of games. That's on me because I wanted to try and slow the game down and limit their possession. So, some of that looks like it's disorganized, but some of that was really by design to try and shorten the game a little bit.
Well, in a couple of instances, I think it also had to do with injuries, which we'll get into in a minute because we want to ask a couple questions. But there were a couple personnel issues when, I know late in the game, Spencer Sherwood was dinged up, so he had to leave, and so you get into a situation where, okay, special teams, who's going to take his spot? Some of that can't be helped.
Yep. No, I mean, we had 4 guys sitting under a blanket there, and all 4 of them, we had Spencer, Josh Warwick,
Tyler Messina,
and Tykel. So all 4 of those guys play on both sides of the ball, either as a starter or backup. So,
let's start with what looked like the most serious of the 4, which is Tyler Messina's lower leg, his left leg. What do you know, or anything you care to share at this point?
It's just a helmet on the knee. I think he'll be okay. I think it's just, that obviously.
Charlie horse type
Charlie
of feeling.
Horse, it hurts, but hopefully that's all it is.
Well, that would be a blessing given how he looked when he was on the field and not able to put any weight on it as he came off. Josh Warwick, lower abdomen injury, upper hip perhaps. It was hard to tell from here exactly where he was hit.
It was this questionable block where he got hit at, but it was more in his rib cage area. Hopefully everything he seemed decent after the game. I think it just knocked the air out of him and was a pretty hard hit.
And then Tykel, I guess I don't remember a specific play that Tykel got hurt. We just know that for the better part of the second half, he wasn't to be found.
Yeah, if you saw, Tykel was out there blitzing every down. I think I blitzed him into a frenzy, and he kind of wore him out a little bit. So, because he was cramping at halftime, and in 40-degree weather, it's pretty hard to cramp. But I think if we ran 40 defensive snaps in the first half, he probably blitzed 30 of them.
So now we look to week 7. When this is week 6, we now go to Iowa City next week. I'll ask you as the coach who was sitting in the locker room or at midfield with these guys and later in the locker room, what did you tell them and what can you tell them in order to find a positive in a game where you lose on the scoreboard?
Well, like I said, we're trying to lay a foundation with how we practice, how we live, how we operate in the hallways at the school. Just, coming with that demeanor that you're going to do the best that you can in the classroom to keep your grades up. You're going to do what it takes, the little discipline and detailed things right now that, if you're not overly talented or more talented or have better speed, that's the only way you have a chance is to be more disciplined. And, that's what we need to focus on. And like I said, again, we're trying to lay the foundation in year one, so that next year and the year after that, it's been laid and the guys know what their expectations are.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more that the seniors kind of have to understand that there are 144 minutes left in their high school careers unless they make a push over these final 3 weeks. Find a way to pull a couple of upsets, if you will, in the eyes of everybody else. Get that, first step would be to win that first district game in the history of the school. But the seniors, hopefully they are doing what you want them to do in that respect in terms of the leadership role and setting that example and understanding that success is a process and that they're buying in. I do want to take a moment while you're here to say thank you. You and Jenna and Derek Murphy, the band director, for letting us pull off the anniversary of the 1975 team. As I said at halftime, to be quite honest, if we don't have activity and athletic director support, this doesn't get done. And so I appreciate you being on board with this, and I know that the guys who are here sincerely appreciate it. We had about 35 guys here and about 3 coaches, and the fans really enjoyed it. I don't know, you were in at halftime, couldn't hear it, but it was quite an experience for the guys especially, and I just say thank you for supporting it, and it's just, I'm very much appreciative of you giving us the green light.
Well, Scott, I appreciate that. I think 99.9% of that credit needs to go to Jenna Caffrey, who, is doing a great job as my associate AD right now while football is going on, and so we appreciate that, and that's what it's all about, is the tradition. And when these seniors come back, being able to watch the Greyhounds and taking great pride in the success that this place has, and come back to this beautiful place, and that's what it's about. It's about the experience and the memories, and hopefully these kids are having a good experience and they can take something positive from it, like those championship teams. It's not always about winning, especially in high school. It's about life lessons and becoming a better man, a better father, a better husband. So I appreciate that, and if Jenna's not listening, I'm sure you already thanked her, but
I did. I did my thank yous for her at halftime, and of course after the game when I see her in person, I will too. But had this opportunity now, we will talk next week, and we'll get ready for Iowa City.
Yes, sir.
Head coach Zach Shea of the Burlington Greyhounds. The post-game show rolls on. When we come back, Flair and I will tell you tonight's Dr. Kirk Masner Family Dentistry Player of the Game is, and tie this up in a nice little bow. 40-14, your final. Muscatine on top. Back in 1 minute on KVUR and KVUR.com.
You know that was coming.
Yeah, but I told Jerry to put Carly Rae Jepsen in the trash can. I'm just saying. Back here for a final time. We're going to be quick on this one because I have a little 8.5-year-old boy who's being taken home by you. I'm going to go down to Big Muddy's to see some of the guys from the class of 75.
Yeah.
But a little plug for, if I had a bell, I would ding ding for plug for Big Muddy's, but Sugar Crash went golfing today, had a couple, cookies, and now he's just ready to go home. But we do have to pick a Dr. Kirk Masner Family Dentistry Player of the Game. We got 2.
Yeah, Cameron Crabtree and Austin Timberlake did a wonderful job. Really, again, as I told Coach Shea as he's leaving, I thought we would continue to make improvements, but Austin Timberlake, Cameron Crabtree late into the game, continuing to slug it out. Austin gets off for 54 yards, 52, and Cameron going for
59.
So nice job, and Cameron plays great defense for the Greyhounds. Just really proud of their effort tonight, proud of all the guys as they continue to make improvements. Tough to always look at the scoreboard and not be on your side. Just continue to keep battling, and that's the beauty of the game.
Well, Coach Shea said he's looking for leadership. He's looking for guys who play hard no matter the circumstance. You got 2 starters in there in the fourth quarter of a 40-0 ball game, and they at least put points on the scoreboard by playing with max effort. And if you're looking for leadership, you can't look any farther than that. Those are 2 guys to hang your hat on if you're Coach Shea. And he said, we're trying to lay a foundation. And it's the same approach that I'm taking with the bowling team, that I took with baseball, that you took when you were coach of the football team. You have to sometimes, when you go through talent, maybe where you're under-talented in your to your opponents in a given week or year, you have to look at things other than the scoreboard. And that's just a fact. Because if you don't, you get hung up on 1 and 5, and you forget that, 1, it's a game. 2, it's supposed to be fun. And 3, there are lessons to be learned in success and or not success. I won't say failure, because losing's not failure, but you get what I'm saying.
Well, we talked about that, losing is learning, because you got to learn how to get past those types of things. And so, you got to take about, okay, what are the things that we've done well, and what are the things that we need to get better at? And if you can get better at those things that you're not weak at, or that you're weak at, and you run into a buzzsaw when you got a guy like Alfonso Soto and Johnson and those guys, you compete and you battle, and that's what the Greyhounds did. And so I'm just proud of what they've done. I think the coaching staff did a nice job with their plan, and it's just one of those things you pick yourself up and say, okay, here we go again.
Well, time for the thank yous. First and foremost, I want to thank you, John Flaherty, for another great week in the books. We'll be back for Week 7 next week when we head to Iowa City when the Greyhounds take on the Little Hawks. Also want to thank you to Jerry Carlson back in the studio, thanking him for everything he does to get us in and out of breaks and make sure everything gets done in the way it's supposed to. I'll even thank my son Ian for accompanying us, even though you're ready to go home, and man, your head's heavy on my shoulder, so I know you're tired. Want to thank to all of you out in listening land, whether you were here or not. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We hope you had as much fun listening tonight as we had bringing you the ball game. I also want to thank all of our sponsors, Beckman TV and Appliance, not Appliance. That's a Peanuts reference.
Keep going.
Beckman TV and Appliance, Barn Grover Glass, Standard of Beaverdale, Sherwood Company, Dr. Kirk Masner, Family Dentistry and American Family Insurance, the Carlos Capdevila Agency. Also, one final time, thank you to Zach Shea, Derek Murphy, Jenna Caffrey, everybody who helped pull off this 40th reunion. We hope the guys had a good time.
And the team of 1975.
And the team of 1975. And thanks for coming out and making it a special night. Thanks to all the middle schoolers who packed the house tonight on middle school night here at Bracewell Stadium. And finally, a thank you to the 2 women in our lives, right? Kelly and Aubrey, my wife and my daughter. If they didn't say we could do this, we wouldn't be able to. Am I right? He's nodding his head, folks. Ian knows what's up, and he's only 8.5. If you didn't say yes, we wouldn't be here, and we enjoyed doing it. Thank you so much. We love you. I'll be home in a couple of hours because I'm going to go say hi to the guys down at the local establishment called Big Muddy's. Once again, your final score, 40-14. Muscatine gets a couple of touchdowns out of Alfonso Soco, and another one from Kevin Johnson, as well as a touchdown run by their quarterback, Mr. Witchers, who we got right in the second half. Luke Witchers with a touchdown run to kick off the scoring. Your final score, 40-14. Muscatine wins. Muscatine 5-1, BHS 1-5. And until we come at you from Iowa City next week when the Little Hawks host the Greyhounds, we say goodbye and
go Greyhounds.